The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Oldham County High School's football starts now.
Good evening and welcome to South Oldham High School, home of the Dragons. Mike Beck, Jim Kazmarek here with you tonight as the J-Town Chargers cross the county line and come here to Oldham County to take on the South Oldham Dragons in Crestwood. Jim, welcome.
Yep, beautiful night for a football game. We say that every night, but you know it's really weird. I'm not going to steal your thunder with the weather, but if you remember last year it rained every game.
Yeah, pretty much.
This year it's 90 degrees on every game.
Yeah, and I'll take the 90 degrees and dry every time.
Yep.
This is much preferred. But it is a beautiful night for football, and J-Town's Chargers come in 2-3 on the season. South Oldham is 4-1. They're only blemished that early opening season matchup at Christian Academy. But this is a district game, and so this counts, doesn't it? Well,
it's more meaningful than all the other games. But in high school football now, the district games are the ones that count more than anything else. So you could be 4-6 and win your district.
Yeah, so these games are important. They tell you whether you're going to make it into the playoffs or not in the postseason, and so this goes to that. It is time to give them the weather, as you mentioned, and weather tonight is pretty nice out there. It's 90 degrees still, and temperature is holding down, and sunshine, no real clouds to speak of, just some scattered clouds out there, but perfect night for football, and that is your game day forecast brought to you by me, the man. So we'll take our first break. We come back, you'll have a chance to hear your interviews, Coach. You spoke with both coaches before the game, and any surprises that we're going to learn here in just a moment?
Well, we do have a surprise about Keaton Martin, but we'll let Coach Reed talk about that.
Okay. Well, stand by, folks. All that coming your way right after this on Glycod.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900, or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Winter is coming. The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a rough winter with teeth-chattering cold. Don't be caught unprepared. Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for an HVAC checkup, because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window so you won't be kept waiting all day, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. Call us today for express service.
Thompson Heating and Cooling. Now that's more like it.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Thompson Heating and Cooling in LaGrange. For trusted on-time service, call Thompson at 502-817-3105. Thompson, making people comfortable. ThompsonHeating.net.
This is Mike Schatzer, the head football coach at Jeffersontown Chargers, and I'm going to just call him J-Town from now, because when I was at PRP, it was always J-Town. Right. Okay, Coach, this is a new team for you in the district. Tell me what you know about South Oldham, the fact that they're a good team, and how are you going to prepare for them today?
Well, I played South Oldham when I was at Oldham County every year. It's a big rivalry, but, they're so well coached. That's the first thing. I mean, Coach Reed and his staff, they do such a great job. They've been here for 8 years. The system's in place. The kids believe in the system, both offensively and defensively, and they just execute. I mean, they're probably one of the best executing teams. Other than Trinity, I tell you what, South Oldham is up there. Well,
and I agree. This is our second game, and I've been impressed with them last year when we worked their games, and this year also. Well, you have a pretty good go-to guy too. I think Andre Johnson is a pretty good running back for you. Tell us a little bit about him.
Well, he's a great combination of speed and strength, and he's got the want to. And he knows that he has to carry this team, and he's accepted that responsibility the last 2 years. He's at 750 yards, I think, rushing this year, and last year that's what he had last year. So, and he split carries last year with another guy. So now this is his team, and he's really carrying on the torch.
And you've got a lot of guys playing both ways, including Andre. How does that affect you in practice when you have that many people playing both ways?
Well, it's hard to simulate anything, when you're using freshmen and sophomores to scout team, and especially like a team like South Oldham that runs, the double wing T, and it's hard to simulate that in 4 days. It's really hard.
When I was a head coach, unfortunately, I always was the guy who had to play quarterback for the scout team, and look at me, and I'm not a quarterback coach.
I know exactly, but I know the wing T a little bit. Then I watched Navy last night on TV, and I just had nightmares because I said that's what we're going to see tonight, the Navy offense. So, teams that execute it well, they do a good job with it.
Coach, good luck. Thank you for your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Jim.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Winter is coming. The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a rough winter with teeth-chattering cold. Don't be caught unprepared. Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for an HVAC checkup, because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window so you won't be kept waiting all day, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. Call us today for express service.
Thompson Heating and Cooling. Now that's more like it.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville. The following is an advertisement.
The lawyers of Von Pettit Legal Group have over 60 years' experience helping people all over Kentucky solve their legal problems. We are a full-service, local law firm full of highly intelligent, hardworking people. From helping you start a business to employment law to estate planning and many things in between, the lawyers of Von Pettit Legal Group can help you solve your legal issues quickly and effectively. Located in Pewee Valley, you can reach us at 502-243-9797 and at www.vplegalgroup.com.
You're listening to Oldham High School's football from Glycod.
Okay, this is Coach Jamie Reed at South Oldham Dragons. Coach, first question I have to ask you, how has these last couple of games you've had running clock, how has that affected your team and your preparation for really what you want to do later on this season?
Well, every game we try to go into it feeling the same way, and our preparation doesn't change. And if anything, we've been blessed to get those running clocks, but it puts you in a bad spot as a coach because we know our starters still need work. But the other team is thinking that you're trying to run the score up if you continue to play starters in that type of situation. So it's kind of rough on one end of it. We're glad to get through dub, but we recognize we still have some work we need to do when it comes to playoff time.
Well, and the playoffs are just down the road. This is your first district game, so it makes it a little bit more important for you. But your players are down the road. Does your competition come from your other players in practice?
Well, we respect all of our opponents. We certainly, in practice, we go ones versus ones as much as we can. We don't do a lot of tackling to the ground. but we are a tough practice team, and we just believe that you're going to win the games, a lot of those games Monday through Thursday. And but no, we have some great competition coming up. The good thing about our district, which I guess it really could go either way, is that J-Town is a new opponent. We have no idea how they're going to try to defend us, and really what they're going to do to attack us besides what we've seen on film, but that can change. Seneca is the same way, Atherton's the same way. And North Bullitt's been in the same district with us for the last 4 years, so that'll be one common opponent. Mm-hmm. But all of our other district foes are totally new. So who knows? I mean, they could come out tonight. We've seen 4-4 on defense. They could come out tonight in a 5-3. And that's some of the surprises that you get when you start playing new district opponents.
Mm-hmm. Well, that would be a good heads up for your kids too, to make those adjustments during the game.
That's right, and that's what last time you guys broadcast us, North Oldham jumped around. Mm-hmm. We weren't ready for that. We only scored 38 points. And people were kind of disappointed. Well, you only scored 38 points. Well, we expected them to do certain things historically, and I think it's the ultimate compliment though when a team will change their approach, within 3 days for one game.
Well, and one last question, Coach, and you gave us a little heads up on this. Tell us a little bit about the importance of tonight's game with Keaton Martin.
Keaton right now is tied with Donnell Gordon as the all-time leading scorer at South Oldham High School, and Donnell was an all-everything running back for us back in the mid-'90s. And so to be in the same conversation, I think Keaton will be real excited about that. And if he gets a touchdown tonight, he will become South Oldham football all-time leading scorer.
Well, good luck to him and good luck to you. And thank you for your time, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
The following is an advertisement.
The lawyers of Von Pettit Legal Group have over 60 years' experience helping people all over Kentucky solve their legal problems. We are a full-service, local law firm full of highly intelligent, hardworking people. From helping you start a business to employment law to estate planning and many things in between, the lawyers of Von Pettit Legal Group can help you solve your legal issues quickly and effectively. Located in Pewee Valley, you can reach us at 502-243-9797 and at www.vplegalgroup.com.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828 Metro Windows.
Winter is coming. The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a rough winter with teeth-chattering cold. Don't be caught unprepared. Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for an HVAC checkup, because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window so you won't be kept waiting all day, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. Call us today for express service.
Thompson Heating and Cooling. Now that's more like it.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900, or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
Are you a hardworking, self-motivated person looking for something other than a 4-year college degree that'll just put you in debt and prepare you for a job that's probably not even related to your major? Well, IBEW 369 wants to talk to you. Let them tell you about their 5-year apprentice program that offers step-ladder raises and starts at $15 an hour. A journeyman wireman makes $30 an hour, plus healthcare and retirement. Get on a winning path to satisfaction, better wages, and benefits. IBEW Local 369 at 4315 Preston Highway, next door to Mail High. You're listening to Oldham High School's football from Glycod.
And welcome back, Mike Beck, Jim Kazmarek here at South Oldham High School as we're getting closer to game time. Time to bring up some keys to the game tonight, Coach. We'll look at some of the things that both of these teams need to do. One of them is going to get a win. What does J-Town have to do to get that W?
Well, J-Town has a big hurdle in front of them. This South Oldham team is outstanding. They'd probably be one of the top teams in the metro area, our area, southern Indiana, Louisville area, Oldham County, Shelby County, Bullitt County. I would say they would be in the top 10 of all those schools. So J-Town's got a big job in front of them today. They've got to slow down the South offense. They've got to find a way to slow down the offense. Best way they can slow down the offense is to keep their offense on the field. Now, they do have a good running back, Andre Johnson. They need to feed him the ball, but they also need to be able to complement that with some play-action passes. I know that Jamil Robertson, the quarterback, is an adequate passer. He looked good warming up. He's thrown for 3 touchdowns so far this year, so he's more than adequate to do that. They have to eliminate. They almost have to play a perfectly clean game, which in high school is very difficult to do.
Right.
But they have to eliminate any kind of mistakes, fumbles, interceptions, especially holding penalties that'll stop drives. They need to be a little more versatile. We talked about that. Mix in some play-action passes, and they've got to find a way to block the South Oldham defensive line, especially Clark and Love. We know they wrecked North Oldham 2 weeks ago.
Did.
So that's the keys for J-Town.
All right, let's take a look at South Oldham. Their road to a win maybe a little bit easier, at least on paper. What do they have to do tonight?
Well, good thing for J-Town is that the game's not played on paper, so they, That's
true.
They've got a puncher's chance to make a game of this. They have to maintain their intensity the whole game. And I know Coach Reed will have them fired up and ready to play the entire game, but they have to maintain that intensity the entire game. And I think we saw, again, in the North Oldham game, they lost some of that intensity when they jumped up ahead and got quite a few penalties. And those penalties came from maybe a lack of intensity. So maintain that intensity. Don't look past J-Town, for their ultimate goal is to get into the state playoffs and do well in the state playoffs. They can't look by J-Town. They can't look past any of their district opponents. They have to stop Johnson. I think their defense is more than adequate to do that. Mm-hmm. Turn the defense loose and just sick them. Just go after them, just like they did in the North Oldham game.
Yeah.
And eliminate the holding penalties. And we know how many drives were stalled and touchdowns called back 2 weeks ago with holding penalties. So eliminate the holding penalties.
That's been a bugaboo for almost every game we've called this year. Holding penalties have shown up at opportune times, and every team has struggled with it.
And, when I was coaching, obviously people have said this before, Mike, but holding penalties can be called on just about every play. But once our interior offensive lineman got a holding penalty, I would tell him, you get one, and that's it, because that means somebody's watching for holding, so you cannot hold anymore. You're going to have to block within the rules now.
That's right. Well, tonight's Keys to the Game brought to you by the Vaughn Pettit Legal Group, located in Pewee Valley. Vaughn Pettit offers 4 decades of experience in legal representation. For more information, visit them at vplegalgroup.com. Stand by. We'll be back after this break with our starting lineups. Just a moment, you're watching Glycot's coverage of Kentuckiana High School football.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
The following is an advertisement.
The lawyers of Von Pettit Legal Group have over 60 years' experience helping people all over Kentucky solve their legal problems. We are a full-service, local law firm full of highly intelligent, hardworking people. From helping you start a business to employment law to estate planning and many things in between, the lawyers of Von Pettit Legal Group can help you solve your legal issues quickly and effectively. Located in Pewee Valley, you can reach us at 502-243-9797 and at www.vplegalgroup.com.
You're listening to Oldham High School's football from Glycod.
And welcome back. Mike Beck, Jim Kazmarek here at South Oldham High School, Crestwood, Kentucky, as the Dragons of South Oldham welcome the Chargers of J-Town in. And it's time to take a quick look at the starting lineups tonight. And we'll start with the J-Town Chargers offense. Jamel Robertson, the quarterback, number one. And all eyes will be on him as he tries to get that offense firing. He's going to look for some help from Andre Johnson. He's the big running back. Then you got Chris Sapp, fullback, Malik Harden, Jonte Robertson, Javonte Brown, Tayshawn Patterson, Nick McGarry, Chance Byers, Connor Langford, Robbie Lewis, the names that I was given. So that's the starting offense for the Chargers. Looking at the defense, pretty much some of the same names because a lot of kids going both ways. Small numbers for J-Town this year. Byers, Patterson, Blythe, Thompson, Brown, Sapp, Hopewell, Robertson, Harden, Jonte Robertson, and Nicholas Thompson rounds out the defense for the Chargers. Across the way for South Oldham, their offense is directed by Anthony Pierce, number 8. He's what they say workmanlike, right? Coach Reed says that, but that's a high compliment, and he really has his offense working.
And he does, and he's a good game manager, and he doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and he runs the option well. He runs the ball. He passes it more than adequately. He's a good quarterback.
Keaton Martin, number 21, the running back, set for history perhaps tonight. If he can get a touchdown, he'll be the all-time leading scorer for South Oldham. J.T. Benson, I think he's with us tonight. Last time we saw this team, he was doing a showcase for Major League Baseball, but he's a true multi-sport star. Ethan Bednardzik's on the field tonight, number 7. We'll talk about him some. He's been offered a scholarship to Western Illinois this week.
Fantastic.
So
good for him.
Good job, Bednardzik. Ethan Snyder, Richard Thompson, the tight end. The front 5, Evan Nash, Zach Dudek, Garrett Chester, Ronnie Simpson, and Grayson Brashear. That's the offensive line. For the Dragon defense, a few names. A couple of names we definitely want to focus on. One would be Luke Clark. He's a load, isn't he?
He's a man. He's a man out there, and it'll be interesting to see if J-Town comes up with some plan on how to block him.
Yeah, we got Dudek, Thompson, Sprake, Russell, Covington, Garrison, Lally, Devassier, and Oliveros. And that's the starting defense for the Dragons. So also tonight, we've got the starting homecoming queens.
We do.
Young ladies.
You want the names?
Sure, if you've got them.
We don't have statistics. We just have names. Well, I can't tell you how many yards rushing they had.
Let's tell us
what their
what you
grade
got.
point average is. But I can tell you that representing the freshman class are Jacob Ackert and Gracie Keys. Gracie Keys.
Yeah.
Also representing the freshman class is Ava Olson and Jeffrey Burton. Representing the sophomore class, Mason Hubbard and Jody Graham.
Mm-hmm.
Representing the sophomore class are Maddox Owens and Christine Henry. Representing the junior class, Alex Brown and Kendall Borowick. Also representing the junior class, Cam Weaver and Claire Dillon. And certainly not last are these seniors, Josh Carter, Haley Crittenden, Nathan Martin, and Amy Greenwell.
All right, so there's your candidates for homecoming king and queen tonight. Teams out at center field there. Not the center field, that's a baseball term, but the center of the field at the 50-yard line for the coin toss. You see South Oldham in their green and gray tonight. The Chargers, maroon and light blue are their colors, but they're wearing primarily maroon and white tonight. So we'll see who got the coin. Coin was flipped. I like it. The heads I win, tails you lose. South won the toss. They deferred, so it looks like J-Town's going to get the ball first, perhaps.
That's a good break for J-Town. Yeah, no, that's a good chance for them to control some of the clock and keep the South offense on the bench.
All right, we're going to take our final break. We'll be back with Kickoff right after this on Glycod.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net. Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Winter is coming. The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a rough winter with teeth-chattering cold. Don't be caught unprepared. Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for an HVAC checkup, because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window so you won't be kept waiting all day, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. Call us today for express service.
Thompson Heating and Cooling. Now that's more like it.
From Glycod, it's Oldham County High School's football. Tonight's game is brought to you by Thompson Heating and Cooling, making people comfortable. By LaGrange Service Center, caring for your car with Napa know-how. By Vaughn Pettit Legal Group for intelligent legal solutions. By Anderson's Sales and Service in Crestwood, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. And by Metro Windows. One call can replace your old rotted windows. Now to the field for all the action of Oldham County High School's football from Glycod.
Mike Beck, Jim Kazmarek here. Kickoff about to get unleashed, I guess. South Oldham won the toss. They deferred. That means they'll take the ball first in the second half. J-Town will get the first touch on it. So the Dragons will kick it away here, and we'll get things underway in just seconds now.
Deep for J-Town, Mike, are Jonte Robertson and Andre Johnson.
You're going to hear those names a lot tonight. Skilled players. And a kick. Going to hit the ground. Robertson picks it up at the 16-yard line.
He's got a lane.
Gets to the outside.
He's got more lane.
He's going to be caught from behind across the 40-yard line, but a flag comes flying in on the other side of the field. So we don't get a few seconds in the game, and our first handkerchief hits the ground.
And, you know, Mike, this is exactly what we talked about, the keys to the game. It's here. J-Town's got the ball in the 50-yard line, and this penalty looks like it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, but in reality it's going to be a 30-yard penalty.
Yeah, it's going to negate that great return and push the ball back well inside the Charger territory, so they start out in a hole. Not good.
Actually, it's a 35-yard penalty.
Wow, that hurts.
That does, especially for a team like J-Town. They're probably their psyche is very shaky right now, coming here to play South Oldham, and they don't need that to start the game.
First and 10, ball spotted at the 24-yard line. That's where the Chargers will unveil their offense for the first time tonight. Jamel Robertson, the quarterback, comes up, back in the shotgun. And kind of an empty backfield right now. Johnson out in the slot. Now they bring him back, set him back at the tailback spot to the right. 1st and 10. Jonte Robertson goes in motion, takes a little pitch, runs to the right. And he's trying to make something there. Great effort.
Great effort on his part.
Picked up about 3 yards on that carry. Looked like he had nowhere to go and made it into something. So nice first down run by Jonte Robertson. 2nd and 7. Ball out to the 26-yard line.
Indication of how J-Town might try to attack
the ends?
South, but just use some speed to try to attack outside, attack the ends, get outside, get on the flanks.
Well, that South Oldham front defensive line is so stout, it's really hard to attack them straight ahead. 2nd and 3. Jamel Robertson in the shotgun, alone in the backfield. Actually, that was Andre Johnson that was acting as quarterback. Took the direct snap, faked the handoff to Jamel Robertson, went straight ahead for a couple of yards.
Yeah, Lou Clark disrupted the play in the backfield, and then Andre's good enough back. He spun away from Lou Clark, and if you can break his tackle, you've done something.
That's noteworthy. Picked up a couple more yards. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Ball at the 30-yard line. J-Town's first offensive series. So a little bit of misdirection there in the sense of moving players in different positions. I'm going to have to watch a little closer now. I believe that's Jamel Robertson back at quarterback this time.
They have Johnson out here on the flank in the slot position on the left side.
Yeah, trips to the near side. Looks like they're going to go to the air. Robertson rolls out, gets it away, and through the hands of Johnson, had it but couldn't pull it in. Incomplete pass. Nice work.
We have a flag. Looks like it's going to be holding. Yes, it is.
10 yards from the spot of the foul. That will hurt. They'll give him a down back, but in a hole.
I think they'll decline that, Mike, and make him punt because it'll be 4th down.
4th and 4, and we'll see the punt team come out for the Chargers. First time tonight.
And they do make some subs. They do have a punt team.
Coach Schatzer's been there. I believe this is 3rd year.
This is his 3rd year. He has, I think, 6 years at other schools as a head football coach. 2, I think, at Oldham County.
Yes. And the kick.
And I think a couple at Seneca, actually.
Short punt, going to fall just short of midfield, but a nice bounce across midfield to the 47-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. South Oldham dragging ball, and they've got starting out with a pretty short field considering. Yeah. They love that.
And again, that's part of that penalty at the kickoff. That just think that was a 20-yard, 25-yard punt. They'd be down on the 15-yard line now instead of the 45-yard line.
So penalties have already bit the Chargers a couple times tonight, put them in a hole. We'll see what they can do on defense. Anthony Pierce brings the play in. The team will come up to the line. Pierce goes under center. Single tailback is Keaton Martin. Motion man. Martin takes the ball. He breaks it. One man to beat. And he's not going to beat him. That's Jamel Robertson on the tackle. Huge run for Keaton Martin down inside the 20, the 18-yard line, 1st and 10. And just like that, that's about a 37-yard carry.
Yeah, Jamel Robinson came up limping too. He's still got a little bit of a limp going here.
Quarterback also playing cornerback out there on the, I would say the weak side or the far side. 1st and 10, Pierce, Martin the setback. Martin hands off again.
Yeah.
This time he runs off his block.
And there's the record.
And Keaton Martin now the all-time leading scorer in the history of South Oldham High School. Congratulations, Mr. Martin.
That's 63 touchdowns.
That's impressive.
Do you realize there are teams that don't score 63 touchdowns in one year?
Yeah.
Keaton Martin becomes the all-time leading touchdown scorer, South Oldham High School.
And he did it on 2 handoffs.
Yeah. Well, it looked like Coach Reed wanted to get that done early.
Yeah, I got that out of the way. And basically the same play is what appeared. The snap, the hold, and the kick are all good. And South Oldham, in just a matter of a couple minutes, 2.5 minutes to be precise. Scored the first touchdown of the game. 2 plays, offensive series. They went 63 yards.
2 fullback dive plays, very simple. Good blocking in the offensive line. Martin is one tough runner. We know that from seeing him play last year and this year, and didn't take him long.
Yeah, and if that's any indication of what we might see defensively, they may be in for a long night for J-Town. That was, it almost looked too easy.
It did look too easy.
Kickoff coming from South Oldham. 7-0 here in the early going. 9:29 to go in the first quarter at Irvin Stadium, Cy Tucker Field. Crestwood, Kentucky, the home of the South Oldham Dragons. One of the best teams in the state, certainly in this class, 5A. And a short
little Poochie kick.
And it's taken by the Dragons and advanced. Well, he can't advance it, I guess.
Advance it.
But he got it. JT Benson got it.
I believe that I read this week, Mike, where South Oldham is the number 10 ranked 5A team in the state of Kentucky right now, and I'm sure they're going to be moving up.
I would think so. They're also the number 1 scoring defense in the state in any class.
Right. They've had 3 shutouts in a row, I believe.
Yeah, they like to pitch those zeros. That ball was recovered. We're seeing they're questioning the spot, I believe. JT Benson was the one that hustled down there and got the kickoff loose ball at the 38-yard line, and that's where South Oldham will take over 1st and 10. And there's a little bit of discussion waiting for the referees to finish their conversation. And now it appears they're ready to roll, and let's get this thing going here. 1st and 10, ball back to the Dragons in a hurry. New formation offensively. Fake the handoff, and the snap to JT Benson around the left side, and he's got nothing but green in front of him. He's going to make it the end zone. Touchdown, 38-yard touchdown rush by JT Benson. 3 running plays, 2 touchdowns here in the early going, the 9:16 mark. And South Oldham showing why they're one of the best teams in the state.
I'm not, Mike. I don't know what J-Town can do except just survive this and get ready to play again.
Well, use it as a learning experience. Right. The snap and the hold. And the kick, good. And it just took them 13 seconds, rather, to tack on another 7 points. It's now 14-0 here in the first quarter. 9:16 to go. And J-Town heading over the sidelines as they get prepared for another kickoff return. This time, you got to have your up players beware, and you've got to go for the ball.
Right.
Everybody has to sell out for the ball on the kickoff return team.
And I know that caught J-Town completely unaware that they were going to try that Poochie onside kick.
Yeah, I was a little surprised.
But again, in defense of South Oldham, they're not just playing J-Town. They're playing teams 5 weeks from now when they're in the state playoffs, and they've got to prepare their entire arsenal of attack.
All right. Robertson and Johnson deep. The kickoff low, and it'll bounce. Oh, sideways roller picked up by Johnson about the 8-yard line, out across the 25. Bounces out to the 30, and it'll be 1st and 10. J-Town right there on the 30-yard line. That was a hard kick. It's not often you see the ball go sideways and roll like that, a barrel roll. Usually it's end over end.
Yep.
That's actually harder to pick up off the ground than the bouncer, the barrel roll. 1st and 10, J-Town with the ball at the 30-yard line.
Okay.
In the backfield, Johnson. Jamel Robertson, the quarterback. Johnson to his right. And they're going to be attacked. Pass is picked off.
Oh, boy.
And this could be 6 more. And JT Benson takes it into the end zone. And a big hit.
Got a J-Town player down, Mike.
He took a shot.
He did.
That was Andre Johnson.
That was Andre Johnson, yeah.
he got blindsided by a defender turned blocker. And just like that, it is 20-0 here with just 3 minutes gone in the ball game. Connor Langford to attempt his third extra point here. 3 minutes and 3 seconds into the ball game. 20-0 the score. Snap and hold are there. And the kick is good as well. 21-0. And this is turning ugly in a hurry.
Yes, and South now, the job of Coach Reed and his assistants is to make sure that South doesn't get complacent, that they maintain their intensity. That's all the things that they've worked in practice, is to maintain that intensity. These games get away from them quickly.
Right.
They pile it up pretty quickly because they're so good, but they have to maintain that intensity. They can't let down now.
Coach Schatzer has a job on his hands to try to keep his players mentally in the ball game. It's tough when you're already down 3 touchdowns just 3 minutes into the game, and he's trying to rebuild a program there at J-Town, and it doesn't help when your kids are getting shellacked like this. You're just going to have to figure out how to gut it out and work through the adversity.
And the important thing, and this is Connor Langford kicking off again.
Puts it up deep. Jonte Robertson will receive at the 10-yard line, drops the ball, picks it back up, dodges one tackler, bounces out to the right.
There you go. There you go.
Got a little bit of a wall. Uses it as best he can and out to the 45, near the 50-yard line. We'll see where they stepped him out, or he stepped out of bounds.
No flag.
And that's a nice break.
No flag. Now, that's a good coaching moment now for Coach Reed and the South coaches, because that was very poor kick coverage.
1st and 10, ball all the way at the 46-yard line, so J-Town gets a short field. Only have to go half the distance, basically, to get to the end zone. We'll see what they can do offensively. I know they'd like to put the ball downfield if they can. A couple of passes already attempted here. One incomplete and then one interception. Jamel Robertson, the quarterback. Andre Johnson in the backfield with him on his left. Johnson, one of the leading rushers in the state at this point. He'll take the handoff right side, bounces it out, across the 50 into Dragon territory for the first time tonight. Nice run.
Nice run, yes. What is that, about 8 yards picked up?
I think they're going to give him about 6.
Yeah.
Make it second. Well, they give him 5. They weren't as generous as we were.
We don't have a height and weight on Johnson, but I would say he looks like he's pushing 190. He's stout, muscular-looking young man.
He is. 2nd and 5. They do spot it at the 49-yard line, just across midfield. J-Town love to get their first down here. Put together a drive. See, that's how you get things moving in the right direction. Just start getting small wins.
That's right.
Get a first down. Get a second first down. Yep. Keep a drive alive. They set up strong here to the left side. Robertson dropping back, going to put it up downfield and through the hands of his tight end, Chris Sapp. Incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd and 5.
And you're right, Mike. You know, they may not win this war, but they can win little individual battles, and that's what Coach Schatzer is going to have to work on when he's watching that film, is how each one of the kids win that one battle on that particular play. And then let's move on to the next play and see who wins those battles.
Right.
You may not win the entire war, but that's how you build your program, is just one battle at a time.
3rd and 5. They're going to bring Sapp into the backfield. They've been lining up in the slot or wingback position.
And they got an illegal formation right now. They got 5 in the backfield.
And it's called. Pass is received by Malik Harden.
And it's going to be illegal procedure on J-Town. They had five backs in the backfield.
Yeah, Harden stepped back and took himself off the line, which created an illegal formation. And that will be a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, and unfortunately, again, we'll go back to it's not a 5-yard penalty because he threw a nice pass and they had about a 20-yard gain. So take the 20 away and the 5, it's a 25-yard penalty. J-Town had the ball on, the 25-yard line? And now they're back to the 46-yard line.
3rd and 10. And see, that one really is on Harden because he's the one on the line, and he purposefully stepped back.
Right.
Which really didn't give him any advantage. I don't know why he even made that choice, but something in his head said step back, so he did. 3rd and 10. Might try that same play again, would you?
Yes.
Harden.
Loose
ball.
Loose ball.
And they're going to say he was in the grasp.
And
flag comes in.
Yeah, we have a flag.
And we'll see what the call is. They're going to say the quarterback was down before the ball came out. That's a generous call, I think.
Yes, very generous.
Holding penalty against J-Town, and they'll decline that, I'm sure. That'll bring up 4th and very long. I'm not sure where he was at.
Well,
but
originally
it
was
matter.
46, so that was where they marked the ball. I can't see where they marked it.
Yeah, they haven't marked it yet that I've seen.
There you go. Come on, ref.
And they'll put it down at the 35.
So 11-yard loss. I can't guess we can't. Do we call that a sack, or is that just
I think that would technically be a sack, yeah.
Right.
4th and 21, and the punt team in for J-Town. There's a snap. He fumbles the snap, and he's in trouble. Dropped. He's hit. Ball is loose. Picked up by the Dragons and advanced inside the 20-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 in the red zone.
That's number 11. Was that Josh Carter that picked up the fumble?
I believe it was Josh Carter.
So somebody put a lot of pressure on the punter. Immediately, the punter took his eye off the ball, fumbled the snap, and from that point on, it was not good.
That was, tough play for the punter for J-Town. And that is Sebastian Andrade. Sorry. Added a T where there was a D. 6:58 to go, first quarter, 21-0 Dragons. Pierce under center, Martin in the backfield. Single setback. They're going to put it in the air, out to the left. Bednarczyk gets the pass, and Bednarczyk finds the end zone. And a 17-yard pass for a touchdown. That would be 4 offensive plays, or 5 offensive plays. 4. Yeah.
No, 4.
One touchdown was on an interception, so that's the 4th offensive plays.
Two runs, 4th offensive play and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, 3 offensive touchdowns and 1 defensive, yes.
So the only one that wasn't a touchdown was the first time Keaton Martin carried the ball, and that was about a 20-yard gain.
27-0. Connor Langford's kick is up and in the uprights. 28-0 at the 6:50 mark of the first quarter here at Irvin Stadium, Cy Tucker Field here. Some important luminaries from the South Oldham past.
Well, maybe we can find out who Mr. Irvin and Mr. Tucker were, and we can shout out to give our listeners a little bit of information and a little education tonight.
Well, we always like to do that when possible. We'll work on that. We'll get our people doing that.
We'll get our peeps.
Do we have peeps?
We have peeps.
Somewhere we got peeps.
Yeah, one is Mike Beck and the other is Chip Casimir.
Well, we got Will, but he's kind of out
Will,
there.
He's outside, and Ashton's stuck in the corner.
Do you want to be our peep tonight, Ashton? She said yes.
She's our peep.
Ashton she is elevated in her game. She now has the right to a headset, but the microphone isn't plugged in, so she's still not allowed to speak to anyone. But she loves to hear, so that's good. 28-0 the score here. 6:50 to go first quarter, and what an outburst by South Oldham.
I think we have the Channel 32 action helicopter coming to watch the game now.
Langford to kick off. Nice kick this time. Best looking kick of the night from him. Taken by Robertson at the 13. Tries to get in behind his blockers. Now come to the left side. He's going to fight for the 30-yard and not quite get there. He'll be down at the 29. Will be 1st and 10 J-Town. I had the feeling that J-Town, if they could just eliminate some of the penalties on offense, they could move the ball and perhaps get some points.
Right. But their penalty, that's what we talked about, the keys of the game are, they've got to have drives without penalties. They got to play a near perfect game, and
yeah,
they're not coming close to that right now.
Yeah, we're not there. 1st and 10. Chargers come up to the line. Robertson, the quarterback, Johnson, the tailback. Johnson, one of the leading rushers in the state up to this point, but I don't know that he's faced a defense as stout as the Dragon one. And timeout taken. Chargers want to talk it over. They'll take a timeout. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Glycod.com coverage of Kentuckiana high school football.
Are you a hardworking, self-motivated person looking for something other than a 4-year college degree that'll just put you in debt and prepare you for a job that's probably not even related to your major? Well, IBEW 369 wants to talk to you. Let them tell you about their 5-year apprentice program that offers step-ladder raises and starts at $15 an hour. A journeyman wireman makes $30 an hour, plus healthcare and retirement. Get on a winning path to satisfaction, better wages, and benefits. IBEW Local 369 at 4315 Preston Highway next door to Mail High. You're listening to Oldham High School's football from Glycod.
Jim Kazmarek, Mike Beck with you. Glad to be here. South Oldham High School on homecoming night as the candidates get ready for the coronation at halftime. And so you're my peep. You found out about Irvin Stadium.
I did. Our good South Oldham people working right next to us told us that Mr. Tucker was the athletic director here for 19 years.
Mr. Irvin.
Mr. Irvin, excuse me. 19 years as the athletic director. And he was 30 years in the education here at Oldham County.
Okay.
South Oldham, excuse me.
1st and 10. Chargers handoff. Johnson left side looking for some room. Doesn't find much. He may get a couple of yards, but great defensive play that time from the Dragons. The left side of the Dragon defense kind of collapsed on him.
Well, and I tell you, the left side of the J-Town offensive line did a really nice job. And 42, Richard Thompson is a really hard-nosed, tough defensive end. Plays opposite of Clark. He probably doesn't get the publicity that Clark gets.
Yeah.
And probably he gets more action because nobody wants to run at Clark, but he got rolled over that time.
Yeah, 2nd down and 8, 2-yard gain for Johnson. The tailback, Sapp in the slot back, and Robertson quick pass out to the right, and they got to make sure that's a forward pass. I believe that was to Harden and through his hands, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Tell you, had he caught that, he had a nice open field there.
Good play call, just didn't work out. South Oldham Dragons 4-1 on the season. They've been looking for that elusive unbeaten year. Of course, you'd have to win state to get there, but to go through the regular season without a blemish, they get close.
Yep.
Christian Academy tripped them up early on in a close one. I think they got their ears pinned back. They're dreaming state championship here. Robertson back. He's going to survey the field, puts it downfield, bounces off the hands of the defender and incomplete. It was off the hands
that was Austin
Covington. Yep.
Austin Covington, that linebacker, did a good job but unfortunately he knocked the ball up instead of intercepting it or knocking it down. He knocked it up.
The linebackers are an unusual breed because you coached for many years. So a lot of those guys are not the greatest in pass coverage. So just that he was back there to me is probably a win.
Yeah, that's right. Well, they're a lot like a tight end. It's kind of a hybrid position because you expect them to be tough, they're like a fast defensive lineman. So yeah, they're not
always known with the best hands.
J-Town's going for it, Mike.
4th and 8. This is a big 4th down play here. Robertson rolls to his right. He's going to throw it deep. And it's going to be through the hands of the defender and incomplete.
Yeah, smart move, though, to drop that ball. The interception would actually hurt them.
Trey Garrison doesn't get the interception, but South Oldham does get the ball, and they'll get it at the 31-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, South Oldham. They've got a pretty good record going here, 4 plays, 3 touchdowns at the 4:59 mark here in the first quarter. 28-0.
Yeah.
Last year, this game was played at J-Town in a driving rain. It was so wet.
Yes, we were there.
I think we saw Noah pass by at one point. 3 back, the old wishbone offense there. Pitch. Snyder has the ball, stays in bounds, finally knocked out. Nice gain. Going to be close to the 1st down. Ethan Snyder.
And not to make light of J-Town, but that's a win because they didn't score. They held them.
They got 11 yards on that carry. 1st and 10. Oh, we got stink bugs flying on us in here. Well, you got to have a little excitement in the press box. Why not?
There you go.
Ethan Snyder on the carry. 1st and 10, ball at the 20-yard line. Red zone appearance for the Dragons. Pierce goes up under center. 3 backs behind him. Keaton Martin, the up back, and he'll take the handoff. No, Pierce kept it, pulled it out, and he fights ahead for about 6, maybe 7 yards. That surprised everybody.
Yep, did me too. It was a good fake.
Martin looked like he had it all the way, and the defense responded in kind, but Pierce had it. And nice little hurdle. Picked up 6 yards, 2nd and 4. J-Town just would love to get a stop or at least slow them down a bit here. 8 minutes gone in the ball game, 28-0 your score. Dragons exploded here in the first quarter. Shotgun with 3 backs. That's a new look.
Keaton Martin.
Snyder's got it. Snyder going to get the touchdown, and he delivered a blow. Defensive back.
Jason Chen caught Snyder, and I think they're going to mark it on the 1. I don't think they gave him the touchdown. They're actually marking it like on the inside the 1 yard line.
One guy signaled touchdown. The other one said no, he was out of bounds. So it is not a touchdown. They'll take the points off the board. Sorry about that score, folks.
Jason, like I say, Jason Chen playing cornerback really caught one.
That's a tough spot, too.
Yeah.
He was basically flat-footed when Snyder gave him a shot. Clean, just a hard hit. 1st and goal from the 1. Pitch to Snyder. He'll get his touchdown there. 1 yard touchdown run from Ethan Snyder, and it's 34-0 here, Dragons over J-Town.
First quarter.
In the first quarter. And this is one of the most explosive offensive outpourings we've seen in the first quarter anywhere.
This is very similar. If you remember the game we worked at North Oldham last year against, I think it was Franklin County.
Yeah, Franklin County.
In another rainstorm.
Yeah.
And Franklin County had the white uniforms with the yellow
numbers. Oh, yeah, they were hard to read.
And that was a game that was very similar to this, where it just got out of hand very quickly.
35-0. Connor Langford's extra point through the uprights, and 5 touchdowns in under 9 minutes. Dragons explode out to a 35-0 lead, and 1 more point's all that's required. 36-point lead, and the running clock begins in the state of Kentucky, or I should say the Commonwealth. Technically, it is a Commonwealth. But you don't like games like that. It's not pretty for a fan. It's not really even good for the players.
Right.
I know the purpose. I understand the reasonings that these things have been instituted, but sometimes even the best ideas sometimes backfire.
What seems like a good idea sometimes ends up not being so good. And the problem is that for both teams, South Oldham, as Coach Reed said, they need game practice. They need to be on the field, game practice with their starters. And, teams are going to feel like, well, he's running the score up on us. But he needs to take care of his team.
Well, if he's going to win the state title, he's going to have to go through the best teams in the state to get there. And you hope that your season produces the adversity you're going to need to overcome to get there.
Yeah.
Langford, nice kickoff. Be taken at the 15-yard line by Jonte Robertson. Handoff to Johnson. Cuts it back upfield.
Oh, he's got some room.
Breaks some tackles across the 40 to the 44-yard line. A great return by Andre Johnson on the reverse.
Well, like we said before, this gives Coach Reed some real good coaching points to work with his special teams, because his kick coverage has not been very good.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing that you can work on. And to be perfectly honest, when you get into the postseason, sometimes you've got defenses and offenses that are fairly evenly matched. A lot of games are won and lost in the extra point or the kickoff coverage.
Right. Yeah.
First and 10.
Yeah, and when you get in that level of play, Mike, in the state, the littlest things can determine the win.
First and 10, ball at the 44-yard line. Handoff to Johnson. Looks for some room on the left side. He'll pick up 6 yards out to midfield. Nice run that time by Andre Johnson. Nothing fancy. Just give him the ball and let him do his thing.
He's a tough runner. He's a nice runner. Good. Playing on where he doesn't have to play both ways would probably be very helpful to him. But on this team, they need him playing everywhere all the time.
2nd down and 4. Ball right at midfield. Chargers have been close to punching it across the midfield mark. I think they got to the 47 at one point, but that was their furthest penetration. Let's see if they can get a drive put together here on 2nd down. Handoff Johnson right side, bounces it out, looks for a little help. He's going to do this mostly on his own and be flung out of bounds short of the 1st down marker. It'll be 3rd and short. That's the first time they've had 3rd and short, if I recall.
Yeah, and what really made that impressive is he broke Luke Clark's tackle.
That's no small feat.
No, that's not.
We'll see where they put it down. I think it's going to be put down at the 47-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 1. This is a makeable down. 3rd down and 1. Robertson getting the call in from Coach Schatzer on the sideline. He'll bring it up to the team in the huddle.
35 points on the board. We got a couple of our cheerleaders celebrating birthdays tonight.
And here they come to the line. What would you run in this situation, Coach? Straight ahead?
I'd give the ball to Johnson and let him get outside, but I think I'd run away from Luke Clark. I think I'd come left.
I think I'm with you. Here's the
but
snap.
It looks like they're going
Johnson.
Straight ahead. Nice run, nice hole.
Kind of started to the right, cut it back. Not quite a trap, but a little bit of a delayed step there.
Yeah, nice play.
Good run. 1st down Chargers. They'll spot at the 43-yard line. Johnson, he's not a bad looking back.
No, it's good looking back.
1st and 10. 1st down is the earned 1st down of the night for the Chargers. Ball on the 43. Single setback is Johnson. He'll get his number called a lot tonight. That time, I think everybody on the field knew who was getting the ball.
Well, and remember, one of our keys was feed Johnson the ball. And if you feed Johnson the ball,
eventually good things will happen.
Well, South Oldham's offense is on the sideline.
Yeah. 2nd down and 10. That time nothing there for Johnson, but it's one of those things, if you got a back that can break it at any time, you've got to give him the opportunities to do that.
Yep.
Sometimes it doesn't pay off, but keep going back to it.
Give him the ball. It's not that heavy. He can carry it. He's not in the union, so there's no limit on how many times he can carry it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
2nd and 10. Robertson in the shotgun. Johnson to his right. Waits for the snap. There it is. Handoff Johnson, left side. Bounces it back. He's a dancer out there.
Yeah.
And finally brought down inside the 40-yard line. Nice run. I didn't think he had much. He's elusive, if nothing else.
Well, that play started left, and then he cut it right straight ahead, and then he ended up just finding some daylight and working himself all the way back down to the right-hand side.
The best running backs always run to daylight. I think that was the name of a book many years ago.
It was. Run to daylight.
3rd down and 4.
Vince Lombardi, Green Bay Packers.
Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. Big 3rd down play here. I have a feeling we're in 2-down situation the rest of the night, unless they're in a deep spot. Johnson right side. He's got 1st down. You know what? The first guy that hits him is rarely the one that brings him down.
Yeah, and that was Luke Clark again.
Yeah, he's not a bad runner. 1st down for Johnson. Inside the 30, they'll put it down at the 29-yard line. And the Chargers offense showing a little spark here.
Yes.
Not sure we'll get another playoff before the end of the 1st quarter. Clock's down to 12 seconds. And that's it. They're not even gonna hustle up there to do this. So at the end of 1, South Oldham 35, J-Town nothing. We'll take a break. Be back with our 2nd quarter right after this. You're watching Glycod.com coverage of Kentuckiana High School football. Stay with us.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
What if I told you that one group had relationships that ran the media gamut and could cross-promote your business accordingly? For a creative, solutions-driven approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
You're listening to Oldham High School's football from Glycod.
Oldham County High School football. The Oldham County High Schools football, I should say more accurately. We cover all 3 schools in Oldham County, but tonight South Oldham, the center stage, and well, they're taking the advantage. They must know there's a camera pointed at them. Wave, guys. 35-0 at the end of one. Second quarter about to get underway. J-Town with the ball, 1st and 10, ball at the 29. That's your reset here. Jamel Robertson, the quarterback. Andre Johnson, the tailback. And Johnson gets it this time to the left, back to the center, and positive yards once again. Clark on the stop, and he is now, I think, headed possibly to U of L.
Oh, is that right?
I've heard that the word is some opportunity is at that school for him, perhaps. So maybe a little premature, but that's been the word I got this week.
That would be good. Highly recommend it. Good school.
I think he would certainly be a help. Second down, 7 yards to go for the first. Snap. Johnson, this time nothing doing.
Tyrell Love.
He said, "Stop in the name of love."
Yeah.
Was that too punny?
I like that. No, that was good. Stop in the name of love.
All right. Well, thank you. Back to the original line. Now, lost a yard. It'll be 3rd and 8. So, we're just trying to keep the game entertaining for the folks.
And South Oldham is got some pride on the line too, because they haven't been scored on in the last 3 or 4 games.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
They're pitching some shutouts here. They'd like to keep that number 1 defense in the state of Kentucky. 3rd and 8. Johnson. He's going to get close.
He's got the first down.
And finally thrown out of bounds, but nice run by Johnson. He is almost single-handedly the offense tonight for J-Town.
Just keep giving him the ball. He's the only thing they have going for him right now.
Across the 20 into the red zone, 1st and 10, ball to 19-yard line. I had somebody ask me once, what's the red zone? I've looked and looked, and I don't see any red on the field. In case you're wondering, the red zone is anytime you get inside the opponent's 20-yard line. That's the danger zone. That's why we call it the red zone.
And that's the scoring zone. You've got to score when you're inside the 20-yard line.
All right.
Give him the ball.
Snap. Hand off to
There's
Johnson.
again.
Right in the middle. Found a nice seam and picked up 9 of the 10 yards he needs. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Well, I think what's happening is watching South Oldham's defensive line. They're getting a lot of penetration, and by getting a lot of penetration, they're creating holes. Just by their penetration, they're creating holes. And Johnson's a good enough back that he can beat the first defender and find that hole, and that's what's happening. I think South Oldham needs to hold their line. We call it maintain their leverage. Don't over-penetrate.
2nd and 1.
Cover your area.
Ethan Devassier, number 2 for the Dragons, comes out limping. He's on the sidelines getting attended to. 2nd and 1 play on the field for J-Town. Johnson, no surprise there. That time the defensive middle stout.
And that's what we were talking about, is just maintain your position. Don't over-penetrate, because all you need to do is have one defensive lineman 5 yards in the backfield, and that creates a natural gap.
No gain on the play.
No gain. It'll be 3rd and 1 at the 10-yard line. And just to get just inside the 10-yard line to pick up a first down and set up 1st and goal. This is a big drive for J-Town. Not only for experience, but for pride as well.
Yes.
Robertson, the quarterback, in the shotgun the entire way. Johnson to his left. Waits for the snap. Not a surprise. Johnson straight ahead. Runs into the pile. I think he had forward progress.
Yeah, he got the first down.
And it's going to be 1st and goal inside the 10-yard line, close to the 8. And so they've got 4 plays to go 8 yards and get off the scoring schneid. Zach Dudek on the stop. He comes off the field for a moment, coming over to talk to the coaches. I think that's one thing Coach Reed may not be real happy with right now is that his defense is not getting the stops.
Well, just, you lose your intensity, Mike. It's 35-0. Oh, boy.
Well, Mr. Clark.
A little over anxious, maybe?
He was wanting to read their mail. Half the distance to the goal will put the ball inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st down and about 4.
So it's hard to maintain that intensity when you're up by 35 points.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're seeing right here. And players start getting out of doing what they're supposed to be doing, what they've been coached to do. And
instead of playing through the end of the whistle, they're kind of arm tackling, just reaching, grabbing. Fundamentals take it on the chin. 1st and goal at the 4. Johnson bounces off 1. Back to the line of scrimmage, no more. It'll be 2nd and goal. That time the defense didn't really give him much to do.
No.
Clark got a hand on him.
Yeah, Keaton Martin, I think, was in on that also. If he's playing some defense right now, it looked like 21.
2nd and goal. J-Town just 4 yards away from their first touchdown tonight.
And J-Town's doing a good job right now eating up the clock, too.
That's another way to keep the score down.
Yep.
As long as your offense is on the field, the other team's not scoring. 2nd and goal. Ball at the 4-yard line. Jamel Robertson in the shotgun. And no surprise to Johnson. He's just looking for a spot. Dives forward. He's going to be just short of the touchdown. They'll put him down at the 1, 3rd and 1.
He is impressive. You see those cuts he made. He plants that foot and cuts back the other direction. He's a good runner.
Hard worker. And definitely the
he's a senior.
Yeah.
Plays linebacker also.
3rd and 1. That's where you get the goal line stand here. Can you get a goal line defense to make the stop? Get the fans into the ball game. They're trying to do that here. Help their defense make a play. Johnson, he's going to look for the corner. It's a sprint.
No, he didn't make it.
Did not get there.
Good job. Nice job by the corner, number 3.
Trey Garrison came over.
Great job. Containment on the corner.
Grant Russell also came up, and the 2 of them were enough. 4th and goal from the 1. Jamel Robertson walking over to his coach to talk it over. He's got to play. They were going to run it in. Almost wondered if they'd take a timeout there, as important as getting some points might be.
Well, it'd be a good time now to give it to him, put him on the right side. Now we're going to move. Is he going to be in the pit? No. I believe Johnson's going to. Yeah, there you go. There we go. He'll come left and then plant that foot and try to dive in.
All right, here we go. And a timeout. J-Town, South Oldham takes the timeout. So their first timeout, they take a break. We'll take one as well. Stand by. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Glycod's coverage of Oldham County's high schools football.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville. You're listening to Oldham High Schools football from Glycod.
Big play here. 4th and goal, 1 yard line. It's all they have to do is make that 1 yard dash. And you were noticing that we had Connor Langford's on both teams.
We do. Connor Langford's the kicker for South Oldham, and Connor Langford. Oh, they're going to kick. What are they doing? They're going to have the polecat. They got the polecat in here, and Roberts is going to take it in himself. Touchdown.
Dives forward.
Easy play.
No, they say his
didn't
knee
give it
went
to him.
down.
Stopped him at the inside the 1
They
yard
did not give it to him. He looked like he dove for it.
It did.
South Oldham will take over.
And they say his knee hit the ground before he crossed the goal line. And it's hard to tell from our vantage point. You simply have to allow that the referees made the right call there. But
Tough
boy,
break. Tough break for J-Town. But that's a good call on the coach's part. He had that. He put that. We used to call it the lonesome polecat. And you get the whole defense all spread out, and you still got a great runner in the quarterback in the backfield with nobody really to defend him.
Well, let's see if the defense could perhaps work a safety here. It's another way to score. You get a stop in the end zone. Pierce back, going to pass, puts it up downfield, wide open receiver. They've got the connection, running with the ball loose. JT Benson, he beats one. Jamel Robertson can't bring him down, and Benson's going to keep going into the end zone. 99-yard touchdown for JT Benson.
Wow. That's a heartbreaker for J-Town, though, Mike. They had that nice drive, maintain the clock, move the ball down the field, get stopped inside the 1 yard line, and then give up a 99-yard touchdown pass.
And with that, 41-0 is the score. What a heartbreak for J-Town. They were so inches away from this being 35-6 or 7, and now that quickly the other way. One play. Kick is up and good, and it's 42-0 here with 5:05 to go in the first half. South Oldham has, wow.
Yeah, wow was right.
That was JT Benson, man. He made that play work.
And he did. He broke 2 tackles to make it work, too.
5:05 to go here in the second quarter. And if I'm not mistaken, we are in a running clock situation.
Well,
I don't know who makes that determination, but I know that's the rule by the score. So perhaps on the start of the kickoff?
I have no idea, but the referees haven't. Well, they're talking to the coach. Well, no, they're not. They haven't said anything to the coach.
All right. Kickoff about to get underway. Connor Langford will put it deep. Johnson and Jonte Robertson deep for the Chargers. Man, what a shame. Johnson really put on a show that last drive for J-Town. He did a lot of work.
Yeah.
And to just be that close. We'll see what Langford does with it here. Last few kicks have been pretty nice. This time a little pooch to the left. And
out of bounds.
And it does go out of bounds. So, but the up back, instead of trying to get the ball,
he went to block.
And that's, I'm not sure what he was thinking, but that was Jackie Chen, and did not touch the ball there. So
he may not, it's not something that they might have worked on. He may not know what to do. Yeah, it's a running clock now, Mike.
Once you get to a situation where you have the numbers as they are at J-Town, which is rather low for football, it's hard to work on special teams. It's hard to work on your regular offense and defense, much less some of those other necessary actions, kickoff return, punt return.
I was always fortunate. Everywhere I coached, we had numbers. We had 70, 80, 90 kids on the football team. Even at Madison, we were high 60s, 75 kids.
Yeah.
And you can do so much in practice. And you can do so much to build your team with your JV classes and your junior team and
right.
That you can't do when you have 30 kids on your squad.
Well, the clock will run now until halftime or an injury or an official timeout. Johnson straight ahead, started at the 39, got across the 40 to the 41. It'll be second down and 8. Did you drop your pen?
I did.
I thought you were leaving us there for a moment.
Well, I almost did, Mike. We have to tell the people we're sitting on a huge 2x4 bench that has got to be not normal bench height.
Let's just say it's not ADA compliant.
No.
2nd and 8.
And when you start getting old, it's harder and harder to get down to pick things up off the floor.
Yeah, I thought you were either having a moment of holy prostration or what was going on there. Robertson back in the shotgun. Johnson to his left. Offense is set. That wide receiver was rocking a little bit. He's lucky he didn't get that called. Incomplete pass. Malik Harden had it hit his hands but couldn't bring it in. Good coverage that time by the defense.
I think that was Trey Garrison. I can't tell.
Yeah, it was Garrison. Trey Garrison.
Their numbers are hard to see also. The green on green is difficult to see.
Yeah.
Or green, I guess it's black numbers.
Actually,
with a little white.
I think that's navy blue technically.
Is it?
But at this distance, everything's black to me.
Yeah.
3rd down and 8. Ball at the 41-yard line. Running clock situation down 2 minutes to go here in the half. 42-0 to score. South Oldham in control from the very first play. Pass complete.
Oh, nice catch, nice pass, and nice tackle.
Jonte Robertson on the reception that time. It's going to be short of the first down, but it'll be 4th down and about 3.
And Trey Garrison made a nice tackle, and J-Town has nothing to lose. Go for it. You don't need to work on your punt game. Go for it.
Yeah, you need to work on your offense.
Yep, work on your passing game now. You know what Andre Johnson can do. You know, you don't want to get him hurt. Throw the ball.
Yeah, you're working at game speed against one of the best defenses in the state of Kentucky. Might as well take advantage of it. It can only make you better if you use it properly. 4th and 3. Robertson, and they jump. Love got a little too excited that time.
I had to give him a first down. And see, this is where it's 42-0, and the players just lose their intensity. And I know Tyrell Love has been coached to react to the movement of the ball and move on movement. And he's just, I'm going to become a hero. I'm going to make a play, and he gets out of what the coaches have taught him to do. And again, this gives Coach Reed some more coaching points to work on, watching the film tomorrow and on practice next week.
Yeah, that was one thing I hated about Saturday mornings. When you made a mistake on Friday night, the coach would play that back and back and back and back, and I just wanted to take that clicker out of his hand.
He just wanted to crawl in a hole.
Yeah. 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 49-yard line, and about one play is all we're going to get here in the rest of the half.
Yeah, Ethan Snyder just checked into the game for South Oldham.
Robertson keeps it himself. Going to try to get out of bounds.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. He's taken down that time by Ethan DeVassier and Trey Garrison. And that's going to be the end of the first half. The score, South Oldham 42, J-Town 0. We'll take a break. Be back with our halftime coverage right after this. You're watching Glycod. It's coverage of Oldham County's high school football.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville. Are you a hard-working, self-motivated person looking for something other than a 4-year college degree that'll just put you in debt and prepare you for a job that's probably not even related to your major? Well, IBEW 369 wants to talk to you. Let them tell you about their 5-year apprentice program that offers step-ladder raises and starts at $15 an hour. A journeyman wireman makes $30 an hour, plus healthcare and retirement. Get on a winning path to satisfaction, better wages, and benefits. IBEW Local 369 at 4315 Preston Highway next door to Mail High.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
The following is an advertisement.
The lawyers of Von Pettit Legal Group have over 60 years' experience helping people all over Kentucky solve their legal problems. We are a full-service, local law firm full of highly intelligent, hardworking people. From helping you start a business to employment law to estate planning and many things in between, the lawyers of Von Pettit Legal Group can help you solve your legal issues quickly and effectively. Located in Pewee Valley, you can reach us at 502-243-9797 and at www.vplegalgroup.com.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828 Metro Windows.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Metro Windows. Replace your old rotted windows today. Call Kyle at 502-550-1489. That's Metro Windows at 502-550-1489.
And it is your Metro Windows halftime report here at South Oldham High School, where the homecoming Dragons have thumped the J-Town Chargers. The score at half, 42-0. And Coach Kaz he's on a mission right now. We've sent him to see if he can wrangle up some statistics. But while he does that, I will tell you that the only score we have at this point of other games of local interest, Wagoner hosting North Oldham, and at that one, I believe the score was 9-0, if I saw that text correctly, and I have to admit my eyes aren't what they used to be. But nonetheless, Wagner with an early lead over North Oldham, and we will keep an eye on that one and let you know what's going on there. Here, at halftime, I can put the score up for you, let you see it. There it is in all its glory, 42-0. J-Town, probably the heartbreaking play of the day and maybe the season, is that 1-yard run where Jamel Robertson looked like he got in the end zone, but the referee said no, his knee went down just before. And the next play, because that was a fourth down dive, next play, J.T. Benson takes a pass from Anthony Pierce, and goes 99-plus yards into the end zone for the backbreaker. 42-0 the score here at halftime. Homecoming night. The King and Queen will be crowned here in just a moment. The band plays on. We've had the dance team out first, and Coach has come up. He's come back with papers in hand, smiling like a school kid. You got some stats, I think.
I do have some stats. We've got Keaton Martin with a touchdown and 52 yards rushing on 2 rushing attempts. That's
Very
pretty good average.
I'll take it.
We have J.T. Benson, 1 carry, 38 yards, and 1 reception for 99 yards, and he has scored 2 touchdowns. Pierce has one carry for 6 yards. Snyder has 3 carries for 25 yards and a touchdown. Pierce is 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns, and 121 yards in passing. We have no J-Town stats, unfortunately.
But pretty much everything J-Town stats-wise will be Andre Pierce.
Yeah.
Andre Johnson,
Right.
sorry. Johnson, the workhorse.
And I forgot Bednarczyk, Ethan Bednarczyk, 1 catch, 22 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, we don't want to forget that.
No, certainly not.
Mr. Bednarczyk possibly headed to Western Illinois, offered a scholarship this week. That's big news.
Good news for him.
And lots of good things happening at this South Oldham program led by Coach Jamie Reed. He's really figured it out. And every season that goes by, the respect level for his coaching skills and the program at South Oldham as well. So,
well, you know, Mike, the last time we talked to him against North Oldham, the interview, he attributed a lot of his success, and he's a good coach, and he's obviously a good person, and he's a good role model for the kids. but he attributed a lot of his success to the continuity. I mean, he's been here now 10 years. His assistants have been with him a long time. That's continuity. The kids know him. They trust him. They know he's going to be around next year and the year after that and the year after that probably. And that's the way you build a program. That's the continuity. On the other hand, there are some of the Jefferson County schools. I use J-Town as an example, where the kids don't know who's really going to be coaching them next year. This Coach Schatzer, this is his third year. Are the kids buying into what he's trying to do? Do they trust him? Do they trust that I'm going to be here again next year? And that's the way you have to build that program, that continuity. Coach Schatzer has his staff, the same kids, the same program, the same weight training, the same offensive plays, defensive plays, and you can't be changing that every 2 or 3 years.
Right. Well, we'll take a break here, come back in just a moment, and we'll get an update on some scoring if we can. Stand by. You're watching Glycod's coverage of Oldham County High School's football.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828 Metro Windows.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
HKC is announcing it's better than guaranteed roofing. If you're not completely satisfied with your new roof, we'll pay a competitor to replace it.
People today want contractors that stand behind their work. We're the only roofing contractor that's better than guaranteed. We guarantee your roof installation for as long as you're in your home. Call today for your free digital roof analysis and learn about the benefits of better than guaranteed roofing.
Better than guaranteed!
You're listening to Oldham High School's football from Glycod.
It's halftime. The score 42-0, and time to take a look at the scoreboard around the area and get some scores of other games. We'll look both sides of the river. We'll start over on this side. I think we got to score Wagner and North Oldham.
Yeah, right now, of interest for Oldham County is Wagner 8, North Oldham 0.
Okay.
So North Oldham is holding their own against a pretty good Wagner team.
Yep.
In Southern Indiana, unfortunately, some of the other schools are not playing as well. Bloomington North 49, New Albany 7 at halftime.
Wow.
Up in Indianapolis, Jeffersonville is playing Cathedral High School. Cathedral, I believe, is one of the top 5 teams in the state in 5A. And Indianapolis Cathedral 56, Jeffersonville 0, and that's in the second quarter.
Good Lord.
Columbus East 35, Floyd Central 0 at halftime, and that's a surprise. Not that Columbus East is winning, but winning the way they are, because I thought Floyd Central really had a good team and had things working for them, and Winker's right, and their kicker, and Polk at quarterback, and they're playing some good defense. I really thought they would be the one team maybe that could break Columbus East's streak on the Hoosier Hills Conference.
Nope, didn't. It's not going to happen tonight.
Not going to happen this year, I'm afraid. Charlestown's beating Scottsburg 34-7, and Silver Creek 22, Clarksville 6, and that's in the second quarter. So Clarksville's holding their own, and their coach is doing a good job, again, building that program back up again.
Okay, well, here in this one at homecoming, they're going to be announcing the King and Queen. We'll go ahead and take our break, come back, and I'm sure we'll have the name of the King and Queen at that time. Stand by, folks. More to come right after this on Glycod.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
HKC is announcing it's better than guaranteed roofing. If you're not completely satisfied with your new roof, we'll pay a competitor to replace it.
People today want contractors that stand behind their work. We're the only roofing contractor that's better than guaranteed. We guarantee your roof installation for as long as you're in your home. Call today for your free digital roof analysis and learn about the benefits of better than guaranteed roofing.
Better than guaranteed!
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828 Metro Windows.
The following is an advertisement.
The lawyers of Von Pettit Legal Group have over 60 years' experience helping people all over Kentucky solve their legal problems. We are a full-service, local law firm full of highly intelligent, hardworking people. From helping you start a business to employment law to estate planning and many things in between, the lawyers of Von Pettit Legal Group can help you solve your legal issues quickly and effectively. Located in Pewee Valley, you can reach us at 502-243-9797 and at www.vplegalgroup.com.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
You're listening to Oldham High School's football from Glycod.
Mike Beck, Jim Kazmarek here. It's halftime. 42-0 the score. Running clock situation has been in effect since the last couple minutes of the first half. Will be in effect in the second half as well. And it's going to take a miracle for J-Town to get back in it. But we do have the names of the homecoming king and queen. Matter of fact, we got more than the names. The homecoming king this year is Josh Carter, football player. Wears number 11 for the squad. He was out there representing the senior class. And Haley Crittenden, his escort, or he was the escort for her, I should say. She's the queen. Josh is the son of John and Loretta Carter, and a member of the football team. He enjoys playing football, watching movies, and spending time with friends, family, and Haley.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
Yeah. Josh's future plans include attending a college program that he enjoys. Haley is the daughter of Kim Howell and Jeff Crittenden. Haley is the captain of the South Oldham girls lacrosse team, editor-in-chief of the yearbook, and is a member of the Link crew. She enjoys traveling and spending time with family, friends, and her dog, Remington. A girl and her dog. Haley's future plans include playing lacrosse at Great Valley State University where she will be studying criminal justice. Once again, Josh Carter, Haley Crittenden, your homecoming king and queen here at South Oldham.
And I bet that's a typo because I bet it's Grand Valley State.
It could be.
Because I believe that's in Michigan.
I've not heard of Great Valley State, but I was reading it as it was written.
That's what I mean. I think it was a typo. But I do know, I have heard of Grand Valley State.
I have too. But even as I read it, I'm thinking, that doesn't seem right. But hey.
That's what it was.
I just read what's written, folks. I'm like a good puppet. You just put it in front of me, and I'll give it to you. Right here at South Oldham High School, the Big S on the field. None of the teams really out there warming up yet, so we may get another extra little break thrown in here just past the time. And it's hard to talk about adjustments. Why don't we do that? We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about second half adjustments because they still have 24 minutes of football to play, and coaches have got things to do. So stand by, folks. We'll take a break and be back right after this on Glycod.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
You're listening to Oldham High School's football from Glycod.
And welcome back here. Mike Beck, Jim Kazmarek in the booth. It's halftime here, about 3 minutes or so to go until the second half gets underway. At least that's what the clock tells us. We have learned these days that it really starts when the teams want to start. They just come back whenever anymore. But the score is 42-0, and let's talk about some adjustments. I know it seems like this game is done. Hate to say it that way because it's not our job to call it over yet, but you're down by 6 touchdowns. That's a mountain.
Well,
so what do you do what are you working on, I guess, for J-Town? What are some adjustments you make here?
Well, I'm going to work on what I need to work on, and that's blocking and tackling and staying together as a team and keep their heads up and get Johnson the ball. And if I want to work on my passing game, I'll work on my passing game because I know what kind of runner Johnson is, and I certainly don't want him to get hurt because we do have 4 more games after this. So let's throw the ball a little bit. Let's pass it around. Let's have some fun. Go out there and play hard, guys. Don't give up. Heck.
You might get some points.
Yeah, you might get some points. You might make it respectable, and just go out there and have some fun.
South Oldham may be even more difficult to keep the kids' heads focused on the game, being it's homecoming. Perhaps there's a dance afterwards. Players start thinking ahead to what they're going to do after the game.
Yep.
And that's when players can get hurt. That they can make some bad mistakes, and you never know what happened.
No, they lose their focus.
Right.
They forget the things they've been coached to do. They've been through drills since the middle of summer, and they get in a situation like this, and they lose their focus. We saw that, I think, on that one drive that J-Town had where the players all of a sudden over-penetrated and were doing things probably that Coach Reed is going to correct next week.
Yep.
Probably, to me, the biggest adjustment they have to make is to fix that kickoff team. Because I think now I see why they were doing the little pooch kicks, because their kickoff coverage is not very good.
No suspect for sure.
Not very good. So that's something that Coach Reed, I'm sure, is going to focus on. Because what I'm seeing is the players are hustling down the field, but they get to about the 30-yard line, and they just kind of are breaking down. Instead of, we used to do what's called evade, and we would say everybody on the kickoff team is going to evade to the right. So our drill would be we're running down the field, everybody evades to the right, and if everybody evades a block the same way, you don't create any lanes. But if you evade to the right and I evade to the left, we've created a hole right in between us.
Right.
So, we'd always huddle up and say evade to the right, evade to the left, and everybody has to do that. We don't want to break down on the 30-yard line and try to catch somebody. You got to get downfield.
One of the things that we did back when I was playing and you were coaching at Madison, I was at New Albany at the time. Coach had me on the kickoff team. I wasn't the outside guy, but I was the next guy in, and I only had one job on kickoff, and there was one on the other side, and that was to find the ball and explode into
Yeah,
him,
gunner.
and just to go for it.
Yeah, you were the gunner.
And I enjoyed that role. Like it turned into
Yeah.
some great moments.
Well, and that's what we used to call him, the gunner. And we used to try to move him around because if I knew that the gunner was in a certain spot, then that was the guy we wanted to block,
Right.
obviously.
Yeah.
So you could correct your blocking by finding who the gunner was. So if we kind of moved him around a little bit, it was helpful. And you could always tell people that were doing what we did is find the gunner, and they would be looking. You could see him pointing. There he is, right there. That's the gunner. I got to block him.
Yeah, we did that, and we also had a goal to try to get the team stopped inside the 20-yard line. We'd win an award every game for that.
Yeah.
And so I made it my point to get that done once every week. And Coach Berger and I had some interesting conversations on the sideline about my kickoff coverage. Most of it good. Some of it not so much.
And it's helpful to have a good kicker.
We did.
You did. You're right. I remember Albany always having good kickers. And I was fortunate when I was coaching, except for the first year. The first year we didn't have a kicker on our team. And we finally got a kicker. And it's probably the only school in the world that ever had their kicker be ineligible, academically ineligible.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah. And that was into the playoff games.
Well, that stinks.
It did. And but we never kicked a field goal that year. We never kicked an extra point.
Yeah.
We
just went for it.
We went for 2 on every one, and we were 50% on all our 2-point conversions. And
so it was like getting every extra point.
Exactly.
Worked out.
But we were fortunate to always have kickers, and our kickers usually came off the soccer team. I only had one, what I would call a football player, who was a kicker, a young man named Joey Klein, Joe the Toe, who was actually he didn't play soccer. He was on the football team, and he was a very good kicker.
All right, we're going to take one more quick break and get our advertisers taken care of. With a running clock, we're not going to get these chances as we go forward. So stand by. We'll be back with Kickoff right after this. You're watching Glycod's coverage on Kentuckiana High School football.
Winter is coming. The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a rough winter with teeth-chattering cold. Don't be caught unprepared. Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for an HVAC checkup, because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window so you won't be kept waiting all day, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. Call us today for express service.
Thompson Heating and Cooling. Now that's more like it.
You're listening to Oldham High School's football from Glycod.
Mike Beck, Jim Kazmarek here, and time for a scoreboard update as we get ready for Kickoff. Scoreboard update brought to you by the Coalition for a Healthy Oldham County, reminding you that all Oldham County High School campuses are smoke-free. United Voices, healthy choices, and for scores for all the games, visit glycod.com. The score we're looking at right now, Wagner 28, North Oldham nothing. Wagner pitching a shutout tonight, holding court at home, and the Mustangs can't find the end zone. So that's your scoreboard update brought to you by the Oldham County Health Department. And now it's time for the second act, the second half. South Oldham will get the ball first, and we'll see the kickoff team for J-Town for the first time tonight. Is this a onside kick time?
Don't think so. But why not?
Just put it out there.
Yeah, why not?
Try to practice it.
I mean, it's not going to hurt anything. I think this is William Morales kicking off. Is that right?
I believe so.
Oh,
and it is an onside
kick. And I believe Coach Reed had coached his kids up at that at halftime to prepare for that.
Yeah, and I believe that was our homecoming king, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was. You're right. Good for him.
No, it was Grant Russell, not Josh Carter. Sorry, number 10.
Yep.
Their numbers are somewhat hard to read at a distance here. 1st and 10, ball right at midfield, and that's where South Oldham will start the second half. We are in a running clock situation, so it will continue to tick down unless there's an injury, I believe, or an official timeout for some purpose, or the end of the quarter. 1st and 10. No personnel changes yet for the offense. Keaton Martin.
That's
No,
Pierce.
had
Pierce
it.
on the option.
Another great fake on the handoff.
Yep.
They sold that one well, and Pierce picks up a first down inside the 40-yard line.
And you know what sells that so well, besides Pierce being a good quarterback, is the running back. Keaton Martin does a great job of simulating that he's got the ball.
Yeah.
He's tucked down, he's got his arms going, and he's really simulating that he's carrying the football.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an acting job, and he did it well. 18-yard on that carry by Pierce. First and 10, ball at the 32-yard line. Pierce in the shotgun. Martin, the setback. Josh Carter, the homecoming king, gets a carry, and he'll pick up a couple of yards, but kind of lost his footing there more than anything else.
The turf monster got him.
5-yard gain, make it 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 4. Ball at the 26-yard line. Josh Carter got a carry. Might see a few extra new numbers tonight. It makes it a little more difficult for us up in the booth because we are trained to know who the major personnel are, but we might see a few reserves here soon. Pierce in the shotgun. He keeps it himself, puts it in the air.
King Carter. King Carter, I like that.
Josh Carter, the homecoming king, gets a touchdown tonight.
We'll call him King Carter from now on. Rest of tonight, he's King Carter.
26-yard touchdown reception from Pierce. Anthony Pierce, nice pass. He's 3 for 3 now?
Yep, 3 for 3, 3 touchdowns.
He's not a terrible night, right?
3 for 3.
3 for 3. Connor Langford lines up to kick the extra point. Kick looked good, and it is. 49-0 the score here at the 9:23 mark. They stopped the clock. Are they? I didn't know they stopped the clock.
I didn't either.
But that might just have been a reflex by the scorekeeper.
I know. I thought the clock kept running.
Well, anyway, 49-0 is the score. South Oldham. You know, J-Town's offense didn't look too shabby, and they didn't get in, but they're running against a good South Oldham defense, number 1 scoring defense in the state. But their defense really needs some work.
Very much so.
They're out of position, and they're not making good contact or good tackles when they get there.
No, but they're out of position, so they can't make good tackles.
Right. Everything is a reach or a grab, and you're not going to stop Keaton Martin or Anthony Pierce or any of these guys from South Oldham with just a reach tackle. Or as my dad used to call it, the whiff tackle.
The whiff.
Because that's what's going to happen. You're going to take a whiff at it.
Okay, let's see if Coach Reed has coached up his kickoff coverage team.
We'll wait for the kick. Langford back. He'll start at his 30-yard line. And the approach. Kick is up and away. Nice kick deep. Taken by Jonte Robertson. Fake the reverse. He keeps it.
And there's a seam.
Out across the 30, down to the 31. Yeah, it looks like they're going to put it down at the 30, but he really got out to the 31-yard line, so we'll see what they do with it. We'll wait for the ball to be brought in. 1st and 10 for J-Town, and the clock is now running again. They'll put it down at the 31. 1st and 10. Had to go get a fresh ball from the sidelines. Got to paint the white stripes back on it. That's what it happens.
Mm-hmm. I noticed a new quarterback warming up on the sideline here. Number 4, Alex Brown, is warming up.
He's
taking some snaps.
Junior, 6'1", and wouldn't be surprised if we see him next series. Johnson looks for some room on the right side.
And he's still running hard.
And brought down by Trey Garrison. Garrison's making a name for himself on the defense. He's in a lot of plays.
Yeah. Right tackle for J-Town, Ethan Blythe, made a nice block on that play. So shout out to some of the J-Town linemen that actually are doing an okay job blocking for
They're not doing bad.
Johnson. And Johnson makes it easy for them to block because he can find the seam and burst through it.
Well, you got Clark and Love up front, and you're getting positive yards on the ground.
Yep.
That's saying something. 2nd down and 4, ball at the 37. Johnson cuts back immediately across the 40. He'll have a first down. He got 5 yards on that carry. That'll move the chains. 1st and 10, ball at the 42-yard line. Nice run by Johnson.
Yes, it was. And I was focusing in on Clark that time, and that was an example there. He had his blocker controlled, and he was pushing him back, gaining into the backfield. But by doing that, he created that seam that Johnson ran past.
Yeah.
So instead of just maintaining his position on the line of scrimmage,
you stop and hold him up
Yep.
and look for the ball.
Yeah.
1st and 10, they put it down at the 43-yard line. So they gave him 6 yards on that carry. Pass outside. Connection made to Javante Brown. And another first down play for J-Town out across the 50. And it'll be down at the 45-yard line. So 12-yard pass.
Yeah, he got rid of the ball quickly. Nice short pass. Let the receiver get open. It's nice, just a little stop pattern where he goes down 5 yards, turn, catch the ball, and then what do they call it? Yak, run after the catch.
Yeah.
Get yak yards.
Always good to have a good yacker on the team.
Yep.
1st and 10, ball at the 45-yard line of South Oldham. J-Town moving their offense. Drive started at the 31-yard line. They're now at the 45 of South Oldham. Motion man, and they'll just go that way. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. Trey Garrison says, nothing doing, coach. He just gave him a little shove, and Jamel said, no, we're not going to do this again.
And good job of maintaining that corner. Garrison does a nice job.
1 yard loss on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Ball back to the 46. Jamel's got good speed, but South Oldham not lacking in that department either.
Yeah, they did, like I say, they just did a great job of maintaining the leverage of the corner.
2nd and 11. Moving his pieces on the chessboard. Robertson in the shotgun. Handoff this time. Johnson. He does a great job.
Yeah, doesn't he? He just puts that foot in the ground and boom, he accelerates.
It's just like he just looks for wherever daylight is and he goes to it. Nice run, positive yards.
Yeah. If J-Town could just, if they could find 11 other guys that are standing on the sideline down there that could play some defense for them.
Yeah.
And with Johnson and
they have an offense.
Yeah, they do. Robertson's a nice little quarterback. He's got some good receivers. Javante Brown. The offensive
Malik
line
Harden
does a pretty good job. Yeah.
3rd and 4. Obviously, they're in 4-down territory everywhere. Robertson being chased. He'll put it in the air.
There it is.
And there's a reception. Big one. Makes the defender miss. Malik Harden down inside the 10 to the 5. Great pass. Good presence by Robertson.
Clark broke through there and pressured the quarterback, but there was no containment on the right defensive end for South lost containment. So there was nobody there to make Robertson pull up.
And containment really means you stay on the outside of where the ball's at.
Yeah.
Keep them coming back to the inside where your help's at.
That's right. Turn everything back inside where your buddies are.
1st and 5. 1st and goal at the 5. Robertson alone in the backfield. Johnson split out as a flanker to the near side. Harden that caught that pass also on the near side. Robertson going to go to his right.
There he is again. See?
Didn't get to the end zone.
But the same problem there. The defensive end on that, the right defensive end has lost containment for the second time.
That'll be 2nd and goal. He was close but didn't quite make it. South Oldham's shutout streak in danger here. J-Town hadn't given up.
No, they haven't. I mean, they're playing for some pride right now, and they're looking okay. You would have think they would have quit and just packed it in and said forget it, but no, they're playing hard.
No, they haven't.
That's good for Coach Schatzer.
2nd and goal from the 2. 2 yards from glory here. Think Johnson?
I think.
Yep, Johnson. Went right into the pile.
Nope, didn't get it.
This time he didn't get there. 3rd and goal. We've been down here before.
Yeah, I think maybe I might try to get outside. The last 2 times they would throw containment on that left side. I think I might try that.
Seems like the place to go.
Yep.
Coach Schatzer brings the play out to his quarterback. He'll take it into the huddle. Under 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. That running clock, these quarters move really quick. And they come up. 3rd and goal from the 2. No gain on that last play. Johnson almost in an eye right behind his quarterback. Fakes the handoff. You called it. Robertson went that way. This time containment was there.
Yep.
And it'll bring up 4th and goal from the 4-yard line. A couple yards loss on the carry. That's like
okay. Now what?
Whenever that happens, you realize that your opponent is one play ahead of you.
Yeah, right. And, you know,
he's reading
if I know it, their coaches know it.
They got to, yeah.
So it's going to be tough to run inside with Johnson. Let's say you got some kind of run pass option. Sprint to the right here and see if you can get a little run pass option.
Yeah, try to create some separation somewhere. 4th and goal. They'll get in or they'll give it back to him. It's interception. It's tipped.
Yeah, it was. Touchback. No, it was intercepted.
Trey Garrison.
Trey Garrison comes up limping, though.
That may be a costly interception.
Shake it off. Hey, walk it off. Here he comes.
He's going to hustle over to the sidelines, limp over to the sidelines. You know, a lot of those things, you see a player coming off the field limping, they look like they're hurt, and they are feeling pain, but sometimes it's just a hyperextension or a twist. Or
he's grimacing a little bit, so let's get some ice on that, get that stocking tape off, and
just let him rest.
Get some ice on that, and prop it up, elevate it.
Turnover against J-Town. It goes an interception, but it was a turnover on downs either way. Pierce, straight ahead. Oh, that's Alex Brown in at quarterback. And went from the 20 to the 45-yard line, 45-yard quarterback keeper. 10 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. That's going to do it for the 3rd. 49-0 the score here, South Oldham. 12 minutes away from a homecoming victory. Stand by. We'll be back with the 4th quarter right after this on Glycod.
The following is an advertisement.
The lawyers of Von Pettit Legal Group have over 60 years' experience helping people all over Kentucky solve their legal problems. We are a full-service, local law firm full of highly intelligent, hardworking people. From helping you start a business to employment law to estate planning and many things in between, the lawyers of Von Pettit Legal Group can help you solve your legal issues quickly and effectively. Located in Pewee Valley, you can reach us at 502-243-9797 and at www.vplegalgroup.com.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
You're listening to Oldham High School's football from Glycod.
Welcome back here. Mike Beck, Jim Kazmarek in the booth. Start of the 4th quarter, 49-0 is the score. J-Town got close a couple of times. They've been real close, within a yard or two of the end zone, but unable to get it in. Credit the South Oldham defense making the big stops when they had to.
Yeah, they played for pride right there. They were not going to break that shutout streak.
Alex Brown in at quarterback, and he'll throw his first pass. It's complete.
And I think that's the first penalty that
was against South Oldham?
Against South Oldham, yeah. Oh, was it offside?
See what the call is here.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Gotta wait for the call here.
Ineligible? Oh.
That's going to be against
illegal participation
on J-Town.
Right.
So that's an unexpected call. So they'll mark off, I believe that's a 5-yard penalty. They'll put a ball at the midfield mark, and it'll be 1st and 5 from the midfield. Alex Brown now in at quarterback, guiding the offense. So he gets his first reception there, taken back off the board. Handoff.
Oh, boy.
And a sprint. Caden Anderson couldn't quite get to the end zone. 46-yard run down to the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, South Oldham.
35 yards on the run.
Caden Anderson, 6 foot, 190-pound junior, running out of the fullback slot. And he just ran to daylight.
Yeah, he's a good-sized guy, too. If you got some speed, 190 pounds, 6 foot tall. Whew, nice substitute fullback.
Yeah. Never a bad switch there. Alex Brown brings the play in from the sideline, and they'll bring it back up. 1st and goal from the 4. South Oldham, 10 minutes less than 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Anderson in the backfield. Handoff to the second man through. Ethan Snyder gets another touchdown for South Oldham. That'll make it 55-0. 4-yard carry for Ethan Snyder, touchdown.
So the bad part about this running clock now is that the subs for South Oldham, it cuts into their playing time.
Yeah.
And it's really unfortunate that there's not a rule that says, okay, if both teams will sub out their starters, we'll go back to a regular clock to give all the kids a chance to participate in the game.
That would be a great rule addition. Extra point is good through the uprights. 56-0 the score here at the 9:47 mark in the 4th quarter.
Because one of the things, are we still on, right?
Yeah,
Mike?
we're still
Well,
here.
one of the things you're going to see, and I noticed, the reason I said that, I noticed it here, is that all of a sudden now the head coach is going to gather a whole group of players around him because all these sub players are going to want to be right next to the coach to get in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Put me in, coach.
Yes.
Put me in, coach.
I remember as a sophomore,
Yes.
I was trying to be Coach Austin's best friend.
Yeah, try to stay in their back pocket because sometimes the coaches just turn around and say, okay, get in the game.
Whoever he grabs.
Yeah, get in the game.
I wanted to be near. I saw that coming up. I realized if you were right there,
Yeah.
you probably would get in the game.
Have your helmet on and be right next to the coach.
Oh, I was always ready. And when I'd go, I'd sprint on the field,
Oh,
too.
God, yes.
I wanted him to see I was excited to be there. Kickoff time here, South Oldham. Connor Langford, we've had a variety of kicks from him tonight. Let's see what he does this time. Johnson and Jonte Robertson deep for the Chargers. Again, we've said this a few times. I'll say it again. The Charger offense got nothing to be ashamed of tonight. They've played pretty well against a really good defense. Johnson with the return, looking for a slot. It's a race to the sidelines, and he'll run almost to the track, and a late flag comes in.
I think they're going to call that a horse collar tackle, Mike.
It's either that or unnecessary roughness. Yeah. So one of the two, it's a 15-yarder either way. And that will be a break for the Chargers. It's their defense that's really been porous tonight, and porous is probably kind. 1st and 10 will be the Charger ball. We'll have to determine where they put it down at. The clock continues to tick away here. And we march it out across the 35, across the 40. And we'll pick it. I think the referee said, I like the 42. What do you think? I like that.
That's good. That sounds right.
Good spot for me. 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. 56-0 the score here. South Oldham over J-Town. Can't say this was a huge surprise, but it is always good to see this J-Town offense, or the J-Town South Oldham offense do what they do so well. And they've done it well tonight.
And they really didn't have that many opportunities because, heck, they scored so quickly So they really didn't have many opportunities to actually get any drives together.
No.
I bet you I bet his first offense, and I'd be interested to look at the stat sheet, I'll bet they don't run 25 plays tonight.
Probably not, nor would they be on the field for more than maybe about 5 or 6 minutes total. Tackle for a loss on that play. He'll go back to the 41-yard line. That was Johnson on the carry. Couldn't get outside. And it'll be 2nd and 11. In the shotgun, Jamel Robertson, been quarterback all night, been back there. Hands off straight ahead. Andre Johnson just runs. Used to be 4 yards in a cloud of dust. He got 3 that time. Be 3rd and 7. Not a bad run. It'd be better if it had been first down, though.
Yeah.
Ball at the 44-yard line. They need to get across midfield to the 49 for a first down. Clock ticking down to 7 minutes to go in the ball game. 56-0 your score. J-Town's offense has had flashes, but not quite enough to get to the end zone. Robertson drops straight back, puts it in the air, has a receiver, connected, and a first down. And out of bounds, and that time the catch by Javante Brown.
So J-Town's got some people. Robertson, Brown, Johnson is a good player. They got some size in the offensive line. Their problem is not offense.
No, it's just they've leaked like a sieve on the defensive side.
Just like you said, they seem to be not in the proper position, and when they're not in the proper position, they can't make tackles.
1st and 10, ball at the 47-yard line of the Dragons. Charger offense marching again. Robertson drops straight back, looking for a receiver, now flush to his left. Pulls it down, throws it up, has a receiver, and it's going to be a touchdown. Or no, did they get him out of bounds? Nope.
Touchdown.
And that touchdown was Javante Brown.
Yep, we just talked about him.
And give that to the quarterback, too, to keep that play alive.
Did a good job. Like I say, they've got some players. And Mike, the impressive thing is it's 56-0, but they're still trying. They're still playing hard. They're still trying to score and go out there and play football. So that's a reflection on Coach Schatzer. Good for him.
J-Town trying to make it look nicer on the scoreboard, and they have done that with the touchdown. In to kick the extra point, William Morales.
And he got it.
It's good. 56-7. J-Town punches it in here in the fourth quarter at the 5:42 mark. And credit Jamel Robertson. He dropped straight back, was flushed, broke to his left, was approaching the line of scrimmage where many times you pull it and run it, and he decided to take a shot. Worked well. And with that, on a broken play like that, so many times in high school you'll get a tackle or a guard that starts going downfield when they see the quarterback to go protect him, and that could be a dangerous thing.
Well, as you say that, I was watching to make sure there weren't any offensive linemen, and number 79, Tayshawn Patterson, played left tackle. He had his man blocked, and you could tell he looked to see Robertson running, but he did not go downfield. He held his ground there. That was good for him.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Because their instinct is to protect that guy.
Right.
And but if he does that, or if he tries to get in front of him to help him out, that'd have been a penalty, and the whole thing would have come back. So smart, heady play by the offensive line. We'll credit them as well.
And the other thing, running to your left and being a right-handed passer is not an easy thing to do. And he put a nice pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's hard to throw against your momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll have another kickoff now from J-Town. Just the second time tonight we've seen this. Sebastian Andrade. An onside kick. Hasn't gone 10 yet. Finally covered by South Oldham.
I don't know. South Oldham has to realize, you can actually recover that. You don't have to wait for it to go 10 yards. You can recover it after 8 yards, because everybody was just standing around watching the ball. Had the ball taken that one more tumble across the line, 10 yards, it'd have been a madcap struggle. There'd been a pile right there.
Yeah. Just go ahead and end the pain there.
Yeah, just recover the ball on the 8 after 8 yards or 6 yards.
It actually went 9, so the ball down at the 49-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Dragon offense.
Yeah. Alex Brown's back in at quarterback.
Anthony Pierce getting a little breather on the sideline tonight. Homecoming night. Probably will not see him again this evening, nor the rest of the starters in the offense. Brown under center. Runs the option, keeps it himself. And that time that was not the choice.
Bad decision.
And he's thrown to the ground. Tackled by Zion Williams. Comes up and makes the stop for a loss. First play that went for a loss offensively, I believe, for the night.
Oh, without a doubt.
2nd and 11 for South Oldham.
Coach Reed just gave him a little instruction there. He probably said, you know what, son?
Pitch.
You pitch the ball so you don't get hit like that.
That was unnecessary. 2nd and 11, ball in midfield. 4 minutes to go in the ball game. 56-7. South Oldham celebrating homecoming in a big way. Shotgun and motion. Hand off to Caden Anderson.
There's a good tackle.
And back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. We'll see where they spot it. But short yardage that play.
As Chris Sapp, linebacker for J-Town, came up and made a nice tackle. It's amazing when you're in the right position, doing the right thing, you can make a nice tackle.
Good things happen. 3rd and 10, ball back to the original line of scrimmage, 49-yard line. Offense comes up. 3rd down and long, first time tonight for South Oldham. I'm not mistaken, it may be their first time in 3rd down all night.
Yeah.
Snap low. Brown's going to throw it
no.
And overthrows the receiver.
His first punt of the night, I know that.
Josh Carter, the intended recipient. And it will bring up 4th down, and this is most certainly the first 4th down of the evening for the Dragons. And wasn't sure if they were going to punt or go for it here.
I think Coach Reed forgot it was 4th down. He hasn't had one all game. I think he really did. I think he forgot it was 4th down.
4th and 10, and we'll see Connor Langford. He's been pulled into service on kickoffs and extra points all night. His first punt awaits us here at the 2:30 mark in the 4th quarter. Everybody's set, waits for the snap. And we'll have a penalty. Back it up 5, do it again. Took a step back, and it'll bring up 4th and 15. They'll march it back to the 46-yard line.
And I'm going to shout out the long snapper for South Oldham, number 50, Maddox Fleener, 5'11", 190-pound defensive lineman, long snapper. He's a sophomore. And the reason I know him, he let me try a couple long snaps before the game.
Oh, wow.
And I was not very good at it.
Bad punt, a bad snap that time. And Langford gobbled up at the 30-yard line. Special teams will be something they'll work on this week, you think?
Yep. They were not very sharp on special teams. The first snap was a good snap. That one was low and outside.
Low and outside for sure. Ball. They put it down on the 34, where he went down before he was pummeled.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that snap looked like a few that Maddox let me try before the game.
Was that one of a? You didn't teach him that, did you?
I hope not.
Coach Reed may not let you on the field again. 1st and 10 for J-Town. Ball at the 34-yard line, and Robertson going to drop straight back. Now rolls to his left. Going to put it up downfield again. Has an open receiver.
Open. Touchdown.
And a second touchdown. Javante Brown.
Don't throw the flag, ref. Come on. Don't throw the flag.
And they throw a penalty flag and a second flag. Throws his hat. That's never a good sign. Clock's going to run down to nothing. I think they have to stop the clock at this point. They won't take the touchdown off the board.
No.
We'll see the signal here. Unsportsmanlike against J-Town.
I mean, the kid's celebrating. They're getting beat 56-13. He scored a touchdown. He's happy. Threw the ball up in the air.
A little, yeah.
Maybe
with some mustard on it.
Yeah, maybe that's the one where the ref goes, son, don't do that.
Yeah, it probably not a necessary flag at this point, but if you don't call it then somebody will complain.
Yeah,
well, why
right.
didn't you call it?
Yep.
J-Town gets some style points here late in the fourth quarter. They're going to attempt the extra point. Coach Schatzer going out to have a little conference. The referee. (56-13). And again, as we've said over and over tonight and made the point many times, J-Town's offense, they've got some weapons.
Yes.
And, if they had a defense that could get them the ball back more often, well, they've had it plenty. But, I think against another team, they're going to do well.
Well, some other teams in that district, Atherton and Seneca and North Bullitt, they may very well. I mean, they might face this team again in one of the rounds of the playoffs. And I think they cross district now, if I'm not mistaken. So the winner of this district would play a second-place team in another district.
I see.
And they try to do that so that there's not as long travel.
And the extra point.
Blocked.
And that's going to be the end of the ball game as the clock runs down to 0. Your final score here at South Oldham on homecoming, the Dragons get the win 56-13. We'll take our break and be back with our post-game coverage right after this on Glycod.
Winter is coming. The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a rough winter with teeth-chattering cold. Don't be caught unprepared. Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for an HVAC checkup, because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window so you won't be kept waiting all day, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. Call us today for express service.
Thompson Heating and Cooling. Now that's more like it.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by LaGrange Service Center, a family-owned car repair shop that also offers 24/7 towing and wrecker service. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street. Call 502-222-1673.
And it is time for your J-Town's LaGrange Service Center post-game coverage. Mike Beck, Jim Kazmarek here, and Coach is looking at some stats real quick, pulling that information up here as we bring you the final score of this one, 56-13. South Oldham in control early and often, and J-Town just never really in this ball game. But what an offensive outburst by the Dragon offense. You're ciphering over there?
I am ciphering as quickly as I can.
Coach Reed talking to his team out on the field. It is homecoming night, and the King and Queen were crowned. The King even got a touchdown tonight, so he's feeling extra good about himself. Haley Crittenden, the Queen. Josh Carter, the King. On a beautiful night for football here at Irvin Stadium, Cy Tucker Field, and South Oldham moves to 5-1 on the campaign. J-Town drops to 2-4. So I know you're working hard over there. I can smell the lead turning into diamonds. You're moving so fast. Don't forget, coming up later this evening in our post-game coverage, we'll have our outstanding players of the game. And this one was not as easy as you'd think. You'd think in a blowout it might be one guy, obviously, but we'll just have to wait and see. We'll give you that here in a little bit. All right.
I'm set. Anytime you're ready.
Okay, fire away.
Okay, these are our game stats for tonight. Pierce was 3 for 3, 137 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Nice night.
Not a bad night. Martin only had 2 carries, 52 yards, 1 touchdown. Those were right at the start of the game when he broke the school record.
Yep.
Benson, 1 carry for 38 yards and a touchdown, 1 reception for 99 yards and a touchdown. And if that doesn't break a school record, it's got to be tied one because you really can't go any longer than that.
No, you really can't.
Pierce, 2 carries for 24 yards. Snyder, 4 carries, 30 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brown, 2 carries, 24 yards. Carter, 1 carry, 6 yards, 1 reception, 26 yards and a touchdown. Bednarczyk, 1 reception, 22 yards and a touchdown. And McGee, 1 reception for 5 yards.
All right. Well, that's the stats as we have them. We'll take another quick break. We'll be back with our outstanding players of the game right after this on Glycod.
Are you a hardworking, self-motivated person looking for something other than a 4-year college degree that'll just put you in debt and prepare you for a job that's probably not even related to your major? Well, IBEW 369 wants to talk to you. Let them tell you about their 5-year apprentice program that offers step-ladder raises and starts at $15 an hour. A journeyman wireman makes $30 an hour, plus healthcare and retirement. Get on a winning path to satisfaction, better wages, and benefits. IBEW Local 369 at 4315 Preston Highway next door to Mail High.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828 Metro Windows.
The following is an advertisement.
The lawyers of Von Pettit Legal Group have over 60 years' experience helping people all over Kentucky solve their legal problems. We are a full-service, local law firm full of highly intelligent, hardworking people. From helping you start a business to employment law to estate planning and many things in between, the lawyers of Von Pettit Legal Group can help you solve your legal issues quickly and effectively. Located in Pewee Valley, you can reach us at 502-243-9797 and at www.vplegalgroup.com.
What if I told you that one group had relationships that ran the media gamut and could cross-promote your business accordingly? For a creative, solutions-driven approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
You're listening to Oldham High School's football from Glycod.
Post-game coverage continues. Mike Beck, Jim Kazmarek here at South Oldham High School, and it's time for our outstanding players of the game, and they're brought to you tonight by Anderson Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. You can visit their Crestwood location at 6159 West Highway 146 or online at andersonsales.com. Let's take a look at our winners, and who did we choose? This wasn't that easy in a game like this.
No, it wasn't, but I guess we talked earlier. I was impressed with 3 players on J-Town's team that really performed and never gave up and tried the entire game. The quarterback, Robertson, the receiver that caught 2 touchdown passes, Javante Brown, and, of course, Andre Robertson,
Johnson,
the running back. But I think it came down to the guy who really carried the load for them was Johnson. Andre Johnson did a really good job. I'm really impressed with the way he would put his foot in the ground and accelerate through the holes. He's J-Town's offensive player of the game.
Oh, well, I thought we had Robertson. That's what I typed in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I thought you said Johnson.
Well, you know what? They're co-winners tonight, Johnson and Robertson. They both played very well.
Yes, they did.
It was a tough choice there. For the other side of the field, J.T. Benson.
Not a bad night. He had one carry for 38 yards and a touchdown, and one reception for 99 yards and a touchdown, which we found out was a school record also.
Yeah, so 2 school records set tonight. One all-time scoring record, touchdowns by Keaton Martin, and then J.T. Benson, 99-yard touchdown reception for the South Oldham Dragons, your outstanding players of the game tonight. So to visit or learn more about tonight's winners and all recipients, you can go to glycod.com. When we come back, I know you've got some interesting stats, a few things that you ciphered up here during that last break. We'll look at those and then look ahead to where we're going to be next week. All that's still to come. Stand by. We'll be right back.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
The following is an advertisement.
The lawyers of Von Pettit Legal Group have over 60 years' experience helping people all over Kentucky solve their legal problems. We are a full-service, local law firm full of highly intelligent, hardworking people. From helping you start a business to employment law to estate planning and many things in between, the lawyers of Von Pettit Legal Group can help you solve your legal issues quickly and effectively. Located in Pewee Valley, you can reach us at 502-243-9797 and at www.vplegalgroup.com.
Are you a hard-working, self-motivated person looking for something other than a 4-year college degree that'll just put you in debt and prepare you for a job that's probably not even related to your major? Well, IBEW 369 wants to talk to you. Let them tell you about their 5-year apprentice program that offers step-ladder raises and starts at $15 an hour. A journeyman wireman makes $30 an hour, plus healthcare and retirement. Get on a winning path to satisfaction, better wages, and benefits. IBEW Local 369 at 4315 Preston Highway next door to Mail High. You're listening to Oldham High School's football from Glycod.
Mike Beck, Jim Kazmarek up in the booth as homecoming night winds down here. South Oldham gets the win over J-Town, and you had some final stats, some interesting notes there that you made.
Yeah, this is just something of interest because we were wondering how many offensive plays did South Oldham actually run in this game. They actually only ran 21 offensive plays. 21 offensive plays, and they got
56 points.
56 points. Of that 56, 49 were for the offense. So 7 touchdowns and 21 plays. So that's a touchdown every 3 plays. They had a grand total of 310 yards at those 21 plays.
Yeah.
Which comes out to 15 yards per play. And that's an amazing stat. That really is.
That is impressive. It says as much about the J-Town defense, sadly, as it does the offense. I mean, South Oldham's got a good offense, but J-Town's defense certainly needs some work. Where they go from here, I'm not sure, but they have offensive tools to work with. Coach Schatzer's got some things there. If he can figure out how to stop some teams, they may get a few more wins before this campaign's over.
And I think they have. I think in their 2 wins, they did some pretty good job on defense, but they weren't playing a team like South Oldham.
Yeah. Time to take a final look at tonight's scoreboard. A scoreboard update brought to you by the Coalition for a Healthy Oldham County. And they remind you that all Oldham County High School campuses are smoke-free. United Voices, healthy choices. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. What do you have?
Okay, this is in the third quarter. Charlestown 40, Scottsburg 7. End of the, I've got a final here on the New Albany game. Bloomington North 55, New Albany 27.
Okay.
Unfortunately, for our favorite school that we like to think about.
Yeah.
You played there. I coached there. Wagner 40, North Oldham 0, end of the third quarter.
Wow.
Indianapolis Cathedral 56, Jeff 0, final score. Final score, Columbus East 41, Floyd Central 14. Also in the third quarter, Holy Cross of Louisville 29, Providence 8. That's in the third quarter.
Holy Cross having a good season this year. And that'd be a big win for them. So that's your scoreboard update. For those scores of other games throughout Kentuckiana, you can go to glycod.com for that one. So that's our scoreboard update. Any final thoughts on this one before we look ahead to next week?
Well, I don't know if we have South Oldham anymore this season or we'll have them in the playoffs. And if they have them in the playoffs, unfortunately, I won't be able to be there. But I would like to see them play a really tough, competitive game.
Yeah.
With another team that matches up with them. Both games that we've seen them, they outmatched their opponent pretty substantially. So it'd be very good, very interesting to watch them play a really good team. They're good, but I don't know how good they are.
Right.
So that would be interesting.
And that has to be the underlying fear, I think, for Coach Reed. They had one test early on against Christian Academy, lost that game in a close one. But looking ahead, you don't see much in their schedule that's going to threaten them until they get to the postseason. Right. So that's got to be one thing that'll be in the back of his mind for a while is, are we as good as our rep?
And you need to then. There's nothing you can do about your district. You're locked in. They're not in a conference that I understand. They're not in a conference. But you're going to play North. You're going to play Oldham County. So those games are set. So there's 6 games that you're locked into. You've got to find 4 other opponents that are going to test you, that are going to really test your mettle to find out how good you are. And it's okay to lose in some of those games because it's going to make you better for district games and then obviously for what happens after you win your district.
Perfect example of how that works, Louisville Central.
Yeah, right.
They love to get beat up early.
Yeah, they do. They'll play anybody, anywhere. They'll play 6A schools, Trinity, St. X, Mayo. Bring them on.
Yeah.
We don't care.
Yeah,
because when it comes down to November, they're in the playoffs and making a long run.
They sure are. Well, let's look ahead to where we're going to be next week. Our first visit out to Ramsey, Indiana, the home of the North Harrison Cougars, as they welcome the Silver Creek Dragons, who look to be, is it 5-0? Or 6-0 going into the game?
Well, I don't.
They were winning tonight, so I think
so they would be 6-0 going into that game.
Yeah, Silver Creek having a great year. First year coach Pappenhouse got his team moving in the right direction. North Harrison, a little bit of a rebuilding year for Coach Williamson out there. So, nonetheless, it'll be fun to be out there at a place I've never been to call a game.
I know. I haven't either. I'm not so sure I've ever been there to see a game.
Well,
so that will be fun. I have to find out how to get there.
Well, you go to Georgetown and just keep going.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing I'm looking forward to is to see how we've seen Silver Creek twice now, early in the year against Providence and against Charlestown. So it'll be fun now towards the end of the season to see how they've progressed also. And they're looking like in our area, Southern Indiana, the Louisville metro area. In Southern Indiana to be the team to watch. They're the cream of the crop right now.
They are. So that's where we'll be next week, Friday, October 4th. Can you believe we're talking about October games? It's almost upon us. Broadcast begins 6:30. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. That's where we'll be next week. One final look tonight here. J-Town 13, South Oldham 56. That's your final score. For a rebroadcast of this game, the most in-depth coverage of high school sports, click on glycod.com. Join us next week at North Harrison. Tonight's executive producer has been Steve Bird, Ashton Beck on the scoreboard, Will Harper on the camera, Jim Kazmarek, and I'm Mike Beck. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Till then, God bless. Take care and have yourselves a great weekend.
Tonight's broadcast of Oldham County High School's football was brought to you by Metro Windows. One call can replace your old rotted windows. By Anderson's Sales and Service in Crestwood, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. By Vaughn Pettit Legal Group for intelligent legal solutions. By LaGrange Service Center, caring for your car with Napa know-how. And by Thompson Heating and Cooling, making people comfortable.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.